bring you this week's flight sim news with thanks to SayIntentions. We check out a new update for the B-17, we visit Retford Gamston, Oslo Gardermoen, San Antonio update, and we check out Porto. Hello, everybody, happy Wednesday. Welcome to the middle of the week, the halftime show, the midweek shuffle. Welcome to the news. Yes, we've all the news, things and stuff happening at places being spoken about and thought of out loud. You're very welcome in. Hope you're keeping well. I'm a little bit worse for the wear today. But we're grand. We continue after St. Patrick's Day yesterday, and here is just today. We find ourselves in the middle of the week, and well, a busy one tonight. We have tons of news, great stuff, and we are checking out some things as well. The updated B-17 we have here on the screen, and a handful of both new and updated airports we're going to be checking out. So, how was your day? I'd like to say I had a productive day, but it's been a long day, you know. Do you ever just have oh Jesus, then, you know, I'm alright, drinking gin on a Tuesday was a bad idea. But anyway, you're all welcome in. We'll get back to normal. Yes, things are fine once again. Oh, do you know what I got today? My new iPad came. I was telling the lads, you wouldn't know what else I'd be having. Look! Right! There's stuff hidden all over the shop. But anyway, the iPad, I bought it from, Klarna. Right. Anyway, I can open the gadget on Klarna for an iPad, 11th gen, right? Now, these things are nearly, 400 quid. Right, so it's on Klarna one day, which is dangerous because, well, it's dangerous. And it found me one onbuy.com. On BUY. Now I said, listen, €215. I said, there's something not right here, Something not right if it's that price. Maybe it's not, an iPad, it's an ePod. You know what I mean? But it arrived today. It is the legit thing. Real. And I didn't need gloves to take it out of the packaging like it was hot or anything. It works. Success. Mission accomplished. We got ourselves a great saving, almost half price iPad. Check out that on buy. I've bought from it now, lads, and I'm telling you, what I got worked. Have a look to see what they have. But I thought it was I was worried, I thought it was going to be like a Temu kind of a thing. Jesus, it's only a cover. Right. But no, it turned out to be very well. So we got that, and it's all, it's grand, it's all true, well, Klarna and whatever. But very good. Very, very, considering the price of things, that was a win. Do you know? You watch beeping at me out the door. But anyway, you're all very welcome in. Busy one. Hi, how are you? Jesus, what's up? You don't need to do sign language. You can, she's upstairs, I'd say, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout up the stairs.
Here she is, yeah.
Why, what you do?
I put in the wrong number 3 times on my card.
Ah, Jesus.
You know.
On your bank card?
Yeah.
Ah, Jesus.
It's a Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah. Two-tone senior, ladies and gentlemen. He put in the wrong pin 3 times. You should change that pin to a number you know. But the music stopped very abruptly there. Quick, hang on. Oh, jeez. I pressed the button I shouldn't have. Here we are now. We've all been there. You put in the number wrong 3 times and the person looking at you, and you feel very defensive. This is my card, it's my money. I just don't know the gadget in order to do it. We've all been there. But anyway, yeah, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. But yes, what was I going to say? Yeah, it's the day before. We get to go to Flight Sim Weekend. We're travelling out on Friday morning and looking forward to that, catching up with the boys in the airport. Then we're going to head over to the Netherlands. We were checking out some places there last night in the stream of where it is we're going. So, looking forward to that, right? And then I'm only home, and then we have 2 days, and then we're gone again. It's all flat out. It's flat out. What did I do today? I was late getting up. Then I had to meet a man. I had to meet the man, and that went well. I did half what I was supposed to do earlier on. Then I came home and I realised I'm after forgetting to do the other half. Right. And then I spent my day, with stuff. But now we're back. Yes, all is well. And a man about a dog. Yeah. But I don't know, all is well in the realm, do you know? So we're here now to talk about flight simulation news. It's weird, right? When you have these massive expos, be it Flight Sim Weekend or FS Expo, I'm surprised with just how much information kind of comes out before the events. Which is kind of weird. I mean, you will hear a lot more at the event. Some developers waiting until they're actually at the venue to say, hey, we're going to do a thing. But there's no shortage of news around the interwebs when it comes to our hobby. So that's what we're going to try and cover now off this evening. Plus, we'll have some information about Flight Sim Weekend during tonight's broadcast. You see, you swear this was organised. But anyway, look, who's here? That's the important thing. Light Bison, good to see you, buddy. Welcome aboard. CP65, welcome in. Super Typhon, sup? Hope you're well, buddy. Vacuum is here. Energizer. He says, evening all, I'm hiding my wallet. Energizer, good to see you, bud. Cyrus T, the man of teal, has rambled into the chat here. Norse Viking Gaming, good day to you, sir. APU Inspector is here, halfway to the weekend, absolutely. Fierce Wolf, looking fierce. And Wolfie. Now, wherever you're tuning into us tonight, we're live here, of course, on Twitch and over on the Tube. No view. And for the first time, we're doing a vertical stream with the news. You know, it's the opposite to easy listening. It's going to be difficult watching. You know, the chats, you know, you really kind of lean into your phone to see what's happening. Do you know what I mean? We'll see what happens. But anyway, let me see. RDA Gaming, hello. Anthony V is here, kia ora, man. Arik is in the house, good day to you, sir. The Boise is here. Crafty Tigers, welcome. Viper Strike is here for 58 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, Viper. Hope you're well, buddy. Mrs. TPHI, strutting her stuff, ups to down. Welcome aboard. Good to see you, Mrs. Mech Mancer's here. Crafty, you're very welcome in, man. Malky Mac is in the house. Good day to you, sir. 98 Vulcan, a very happy Wednesday. TG Sims in the house. Welcome aboard. The Limbix is here. Kia ora. I hope you're... See, I'm learning me New Zealand-ish. We're getting there. Cracker, very good evening. 105 streams in a row. Thank you very, very much indeed, buddy. Flying Trits is here. The Boise with the guitars. Loving it. Hermit Something. Very good afternoon. From a frozen Baston, he says. It's currently 9 degrees in Tipperary. And it's to be... Get this now, right? So tomorrow, it's to be between 2 degrees and 17 degrees. On Friday, it's to be between -1 and +15. I mean, I reckon Met Éireann just, they gave up. Yeah, the weather is going to be somewhere in between this. Yeah, it'd be grand. It could be hard. It's hard to call. Prime conditions for the Black Beetle. Right. I mean, who gives a weather forecast temperature range like that? Absolutely bananas. But that's what we're up against. Alberto, very good evening. Derek is here. Good to see you. Sumner, welcome aboard. Nick is here. Happy Wednesday. Spitfire RAF 100 is here in the chat. A very good evening to you. Photos by Kev. Skoda plan to finish the first race by the end of the season. Wait, what? Good to see you, Kev. Creo, a very happy Wednesday to all in County Mayo. Strap21 is here. Hola. Commander Balosh, 130 streams. Thank you very much indeed. You're looking well. Every day is a hump day when you're old and obsolete. You might be old, but never obsolete. We're never obsolete. Ever. You know, I got my hair cut today. Well, I say I got my hair cut today. I cut my hair today. What was left of it. It's not obsolete. It's, you know, it's many things, but it's not obsolete. It's kind of there. And even the missus says, do you know, your hair looks blonder today. If you cut the grey hairs out, it becomes blonder. You know, that's my excuse. Right. But anyway, who else came in now? Bricky Stew, good evening. Sunjammer's in the house. Welcome aboard. I'm so excited. 15 in a row, Kev. Jesus. Tell your neighbours. Quick, run in next door. I've 15 of these, look. Right, brilliant. Chalks, a very good evening. Idle Cutoff, Cambridge calling. Hello from Tipperary. You're welcome aboard. I'm Ron Burgundy. Right. Where's this now? Belbro, happy hump day. Martel is here. Stick Figure, good to see you. Nutty Slack is here. Sim Guy, a very good evening to you. Hope all is well. Tarnish Mossman, 3 in a row. AJH, man. Good to see you. Alpha Tunes, welcome aboard. Now, let me see. Tima is here. Welcome in. Sean Game, happy Wednesday. North Coast Mike. Very good evening to you, Mike. How's she cutting? Vacuum is in the house. 3 in a row. Thank you very much indeed. Proby Pete. Good day from Arizona, Murph. 97 degrees. Expecting the first 100 degree day. This stream is over. Before the stream is over. Jesus, really. Crazer Core, thank you for 47 months. Cheers, buddy. The support, lads, absolutely insane. Thank you very much indeed. Creo has 80 in a row. Beat the Jesus. Gar Gaming, 165 streams in a row from County Galway. Thank you very much indeed. Hope all is well. Goblin Zeus, good evening. Liptorius is here. Captain Kenobi. Bonsoir, mon ami. What's this now? Latoria says, Epic Tour yesterday. It was a bit of crack, wasn't it? Cadet Pilot, good evening. Piku is here. Who else come in the door now? Adam Controls. 35 streams in a row. Be Janie then. Be Gara, be Concha. Right. Jesus, Adam. Now, listen. It's only Wednesday. You said you were going for the lovely pints on Thursday. You pace yourself now, right? You know, and because Friday, you know, it's an early start. We'll have to get to breakfast. Uniform Goose, good day, Goose. Welcome aboard. Muse Fan bursts in the door with more fajitas. Good to see you, man. Muse, you're going to have to make us some fajitas now some of these days. You know, I'm just saying, we now know you have a passion for making fajitas. Right. Now, a man walked up to the Congress and asked, how many people is this building capable of holding? The guard asks, what do you mean? Or why do you ask? The man says, oh, we're doing a quiz and there's a question about how many people you can cram into a small space. Ah, Jesus. The Jack's got an absolute hiding this morning. Jesus. Come on, Adam. Wait. Brilliant. Jesus. Right. Sun is shining through, Murph. It's a great day, says Bricky Stew. Excellent, excellent. Jamaumu is here. Happy Wednesday. Petrolhead, welcome. Another iPad, yeah. Devil Fly, good to see you. Who else come in the door now? Gerald is here. Let me see now. Buttons, lads. Loads of buttons. You're all saying hi to me dad. Look, you're so brilliant. Did you get the money out using that pin? Yeah, what's me pin? This is me shagging pin. Sometimes that is a pin I use. But anyway, 33 degrees in Boston. Jesus, all the little boats are bobbing around. Yikes. Mac and Dad, good to see you. I put the right numbers in, but not necessarily in the right order. Yes. Anyone into RC rock crawlers? Rock crawlers, Kev. Big Al is in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Now, evening from the Midlands. Mac and Dad, good to see you, buddy. Hello from Tipperary. Hope you're well. Mick Ham, good evening. Zybok Doc calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. You're very welcome aboard. Willow, how much? Small hands for a small iPad. Yes. Thank you, Willow. Great to see you. You're great fun. Right? Hey. Jesus, those buttons. Now, Mr. TPHI, a very happy Wednesday. Welcome aboard. 380 quid for an RTX 4060 and on buy. Is it worth it? Listen, hey, I don't know about graphics cards, but the iPad worked. Do you know? Toto2495 is here. He says, I'm here. Good evening, Murph and Fireflies. Toto, a very good evening to you, and well, hello to Mrs. Toto. Hope all is well. Just Roy is in the house. Good evening. Hello. Good to see you, Roy. Murph, can we keep an eye... what's this now? Murph, so we can keep an eye on you, can you put your flight info for Friday's flight? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. Yes, we'll do that. It's a Ryanair flight, Dublin to... Where are we going? Amsterdam. But yes, we'll do all that. Work Abelmead, good to see you. Now, let me see. Angry B, hope you're well. Womby is in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. Hope all is well. Rygorian is here. Murph, come for the face and stay for the accent. Much love to a fellow boomer. Boomer, you say. What is this? Listen, this is where I'm at. I don't use these buzzwords. I am a man of my time. Right? I was born in 1985, the year of the big wind. What does that make me? And if anyone says something like, an idiot, what does that make me in terms of like a boomer, a zoomer? I don't know what these fancy fandangled names are. I'm not an idiot, a millennial, a zennial. The year of the big wind explains a lot. Yeah, right. Zennial, who? Router, good to see you. Captain Sticky Rice is here, good to see you. The Impossible Face, happy news day. I discovered earlier that the Black Square Caravan's rudder pedal squeak when taxiing. I'll have to ask the FBO for a bit of the old WD-40. Yes, oh Jesus, hang on. I got myself some. Hang on, look. Oh. I bought myself sprays 2 ways, right? I bought myself some new WD-40 because I lost the other tin. Stops, squeaks, drives out moisture, cleans and protects, loosens rusted parts, and it frees up sticky mechanisms. WD-40, made with the tears of 1,000 Irishmen. Wait now, look. Who makes this stuff? Are they like their own brand, or is it made by a WD-40 company? Jesus, then. They're their own company, Who made it? Who designed it? Did they know it was going to work before it worked? Or were they trying to make something else, right? But yes, right, let me see. It looks exactly as the same as it did yesterday. What does? Me hair, it's beautiful. Blonde is code for grey. Wait, what? Blonde. Shag off, Sid. He's only in here and he's giving out. If you pulled the grey hair, you just have less hair. Yeah, wait, all of them. Wait, what? Did they stick some cut off on your bald spot? Ah, Jesus. How are you, Stu? Good to see you. You lads, do you know what I mean? Cyrus, haircut. Fancy way of saying more hair fell out. Jesus. Great bunch of lads. Murph, for New Zealand, you need to get used to eating. A dim sim is a Chinese-inspired meat and vegetable dumpling style snack food. A dim sim. A dim sim. We do operate a dim sim every now and again. Let me see here now. Shire, good to see you, buddy. 2 dogs, greetings from Wisconsin. I had a blonde hair when I was wee, and it turned brown, and then my beard hair started coming out blonde. Not grey, that's the difference. Still got lots of mates here. I was up at Gateford Way. Gateford Way. Interesting. Let me see. Ozymandias, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Toto, 450 streams in a row. Jesus. That's incredible. Thank you very, very much indeed, buddy. Norse Viking, 130 streams in a row. Cheers, buddy. Airport breakfast, chicken curry and 2 pints of Carlsberg before getting on a plane. Ah, Jesus. Chicken curry, you'd be thinking you'd be on your own. Yeah, put him up there, will you? Right, out. Right, now, Killswitch, hope you're well. UTB is in the house, good to see you. Let me see here now. Morphus Pilot, welcome. Cy120 is in the house, good evening. Big Carlo is here, welcome aboard. Colonel Fork, hope you're well, buddy. Zennial, millennial, right? The year of the big wind explains a lot. Yeah, right. Murphy is a man of steel. Thank you, Zybok. Yes. EGNE, that's quite good, Evitech. 82 here, so lots of love to our cracking and creaking. Yes, absolutely. That'll be good for your joints when they hurt. Yeah. WD-40, that does everything. It's magic, right? Can you use it on your hair? No. Looking forward to the flight. It was your PPL trainer. Wait, what? Who? Rigorian. What flight? Let me see. Wild River Bush League. Good to see you. It's supposed to move, but it doesn't. It needs WD or WD-40. Yeah. Do you have that in America? Right. Do you call it WD-40 in America? Where's it now? I feel a tad bit... Oh, wait. I feel a little bad now. Sorry, Murph. A little bad. I mean, that should be running up the stairs, crying, locking your door, screaming. What happened? I upset Murphy. His emotions. I kicked them. Right? Brilliant, Cyrus. Mr. Dan is here. Good to see you. Mac Vision, welcome again. I'll never be the same. Toto, right? Flying Trades WD Water Displacement Formula 40. That's the secret bit. That sounds like a man who's cracked the code. Brilliant. Flipper Alloy is here. Good to see you, buddy. GT85 is the other one. Is it? You sure? Sorry, Murph. The memory declines. Thought we were flying the B-17 today. No, not today, Gregorian. When did we last? We flew this about 2 weeks ago. We will be flying these again soon, though. It's very soon. You know, well, I say very soon, but soon. Right, now, come on over here, look. If you're in the parlour, say hello. Oh, jeez, it's busy. Thrust Set Simulations is here. Happy Wednesday. Dave Cleary, legend Dave. Welcome in, Dave. Good to see you, bud. Flying Winnebago is here. Sean Flynn, welcome aboard. Captain Atlas is here. J.O. Shanks. Good evening. Hope you're well, buddy. Very happy Wednesday. Let me see here now. Chris Learns Aviation. Good evening. Kubi Montana. Welcome aboard. Daniel is in the house. So-called Jerry. Back to normal, indeed. Scott Voigt is there in the chat over on YouTube. Good evening to you, Scott. Now, let me see. Daniel's first time here. You're very welcome in. Welcome. There's not much to... Well, there's me. But we'll move on to, interesting things now in a moment. You're very welcome in. Right, we're over here now, look. Forsec Shark, good evening. Howdy from the bowels of the doctor's office. Jesus then, Scott, you know... We're only talking about WD-40. Jay, hang on, we could be onto something. Dave Cleary, Murph, pass this on to your dad if he's a bit short. You're very good. A super chat donation from Dave Cleary. Legend, Dave. Thank you, Dave. Kieran Nile is here. Good evening. Mark Swan, welcome aboard. Salt16, welcome in. NM Flyers in the house. RC Cosplay is here. Good evening from Cyprus. Ooh, welcome in. Practically Geek. Good to see you, man. Yes, indeed. We're off to FS Weekend on Friday and looking forward to it. Flyboy is here. BJ's is right. Bears Bikes. Good to see you. Who else come in now? Flyboy Dyer is here. Pilot Ricky has become a member of the flight crew here on YouTube. Thank you very, very much indeed for your support, buddy. Pop-Tart the Brave. Good evening. Happy Wednesday. Let me see here now. Rob Dag is here. Is it for your joints? Yeah, it is. Will it work on me girlfriend? Oh, Jesus. Colonel Indiana Longnuts. Good to see you. Not to be applied. With the blonde hair and the small hands, is the banger from... Wait, it's the banger from the Irelands. Flyboy, indeed. J.O. Shanks is here. Good to see you. Rylan Flies. Good to see you. Who else come in now? Neil Emerson, welcome aboard. Happy Wednesday. This isn't live. It is live. Ryland Flies, it's live. Look, live. Yeah, there we go. Right. Now, what's my Discord? Discord.gg/2Ton Murphy. That's where we hang out. Right, now, it's like the Waltons saying hi to everyone. Lenny, that's what we do. Good night. Wasn't that the Waltons at the end? Was that TV show? You know, the show The House, and they're all saying good night to each other. Good night, Brian. Good night, Dan. Good night. Right? You know, we don't say good night. Maybe that's something we should start at the end of the stream. I'll go back through the stream. Good night now. Goodbye now. Could you imagine? We should do that. No, Merv, as an engineer, I used to have to crack me nuts, but I found WD-40. Right, 1 minute and 30. Oh, yeah. Right, good night, John Boy. Yes. We just go bye. Yeah, bye. Chris Van Halen, welcome in. Right. It's from America. Oh, is it? Right. Buttons here now. Let us get started with things and stuff. And let's see what happens. So if you're watching us on our vertical camera, well, things look very strange indeed, because you're now looking at the back of me head and the front of me head and then the screen. You see? So where is this now? Murph, ChatGPT, it's getting more realistic every day. Interest? Yeah. Yes. I am actually AI, so I am. Where is now the Waltons? Right? Brilliant. Are you planning on doing a walkabout on Saturday? Proby Pete asks. Yes, indeed. I say good luck to my daughter at night. Drives her nuts. Oh, wait. You say good luck to your daughter at night time. Good luck. Oh, jeez. It's incredibly nice to say hi to everyone. You truly make people feel welcome and seen, Murph, says Evitech. Trixillion has WD-50. Wait, what's WD-50? It's very important we know this. So yes, anyway, you're all very welcome in and great to see you. You guys take the time out of your busy schedules to come here to listen to a Muppet talk about things about flight simulation, and it's only grand. So, without further ado, I need to press some buttons. And we're going to bring up the news on the screen. Holy tabs on a screen, Batman. Ding. So, ladies and gentlemen, we shall get started. A massive shout out to Vasco over at MSFSaddons.com and to Callum and the lads at FS Elite for all the news. That's where we get all our news, you see. So we'll start off at the beginning. Just Flight. Well, we changed those buttons. Flyboy, thank you very much indeed. Cheers, buddy. 1,000 bits, look, like confetti. Thank you very, very much indeed. Holy tabtastic, Batman. Alberto, right? I'm here because work is still shagged. I call it an upgrade for now. Jesus. Colonel Ford, thinking of you, bud. Right, now, Just Flight, the F70 and the F100 Professional, well, they get a long overdue development update. Now, Just Flight are going to be at FS Weekend. They have their own booth, and you can ramble over and see these things in action. But until then, if you've been following the Just Flight F70 and F100 Professional, well, you're going to know that meaningful updates have been few and far between over the last few months. Well, it's mainly because the head is down and they're busy. However, Just Flight this week have broken the silence with a substantial development update, and the developer is upfront about why things have taken longer than expected. In short, the VNAV system had to be rebuilt from scratch. Ooh. Just Flight say that towards the end of last year, the team made the decision to scrap the first implementation of the vertical navigation system and rewrite the logic entirely. The developer admits it was a difficult call and one that cost more time than what they had anticipated. But they say the rewrite was necessary because they weren't satisfied with the first incarnation. According to this week's dev update, this is the first time Just Flight have developed an aircraft with a fully autopilot coupled VNAV system, and the decision to start over allowed them to carry forward all of the learnings from their first attempt into a much stronger foundation, one that, Just Flight say, will be easier to refine and improve over the lifetime of the product. So the rewrite is nearing completion, with the internal testing ramping up significantly, and Just Flight say the team is logging more flight hours in the aircraft than ever before, which is usually a good sign that the product is entering its final validation phase. So, while the avionics work has been ongoing, other parts of the team have been continuing developing additional features. The EFB tablet now includes a performance calculator built using data from real-world manuals. It takes inputs including runway length, surface condition, aircraft systems, the weather, and it outputs takeoff landing distances, flex, and toga thrust settings, also for your trim settings. Runway selection and takeoff weight can be imported directly from SimBrief, or you can pop it in manually, and live weather data can also be pulled in. The map app has been expanded with additional provider options, which shows you now able to look at SimBrief flight plan overlay directly. That's pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. So the cabin simulation also receiving considerable attention. Just Flight describes the auto cabin crew system on the Fokker 70 and 100 as the most comprehensive that they've included in any product to date, covering pilot callouts across all phases of flight and the cockpit to cabin and cabin to cockpit interactions, a digital music player modelled on the Becker unit visible in the forward galley in the screenshots that we can see. Well, it can be operated manually or indeed controlled automatically by the simulated cabin crew. Ooh, there's a ton of announcements built into this as well. But yeah, Bears, ! Discord, buddy. Carlos, good evening. Hope you're well. Mangst is here, welcome in. Doc Nader, good to see you. Swede is in the house. Hello from Gothenburg. Hello from Tipperary. Welcome in. Just 50 tabs. Yeah, brilliant, right? So Just Flight say the combination of music, welcome announcements, and a safety briefing during pushback does create what they call a notably immersive boarding experience. Ooh. So the most tangible signal that the release is approaching is the fact that Just Flight will be at Flight Sim Weekend at booth 31 in the Navigraph Hall, and they will have both the F70 and 100 available for attendees to fly. Ooh. So we'll definitely get over to Just Flight and have a chat with them and see what this machine is. I'm very excited for these aircraft. Like there's so much happening when we look at these kind of older classic aircraft, and we'll be getting onto one of them in a moment with iniBuilds. But Just Flight have been chucking away, keeping the head down, working on these aircraft. So I'm very much looking forward to these. You know. Northland Air, good evening. Hope you're well. So, iniBuilds, a detailed preview of their upcoming Lockheed L1011 TriStar. Now, iniBuilds joined Chewy on the Microsoft Flight Sim official Twitch channel today. There was a live stream there from about 1500 Zulu. And who was there? Mike and... Jesus, what's his name? The lads from iniBuilds were there with Chewy anyway, and they were going through the full run-up of what you can expect with this aircraft. It is something that is just truly awesome. Truly awesome. I don't know what it is about this aircraft. When I saw the preview video, you know, and we're learning about it, especially about, you know, the evolution of when this aircraft came out from Lockheed, and Lockheed pretty much kind of flexing what they were capable of doing when it came to a commercial airliner. They had made aircraft down through the years, of course, but they didn't really go into this level, and they didn't really do this sort of stuff after the fact either. But it also brought across these new Rolls-Royce engines, and of course the story behind them, these are the engines that bankrupted Rolls-Royce, right? But they were still used. Excellent engines, excellent airframe, and there were so many features that Lockheed pumped into this aircraft. Fascinating machine, and it looks as if iniBuilds have captured pretty much everything, and that makes this extremely exciting because, you know, the period aircraft, it's a trijet, but it's not just a trijet, it's the wide body trijet. I mean, you either had the MD-11, the dash was in there as well, but like this thing, absolutely stunning. And these later in life, didn't these act as refuelers as well? Like, they're just incredible, right? But anyway, very much over-engineered, ahead of its time, commercially unlucky, and absolutely fascinating. That's what this machine is, right? So, no details when it comes to a release, but we do have a trailer, or we have a walkthrough, a full walkthrough here, all about the aircraft itself. And, you know, you can see it in action, and iniBuilds, well, they go through, on this video, they're going through everything about the aircraft. Little details, so, you know, the forward gear, the nose wheel, it's so far back toward the aircraft, of course, the center of gravity, all the weight's in the back, and then you had that swooped down engine. When you consider, you know, this aircraft, Jesus, I thought that was my mouse. You consider this aircraft versus that of an MD-11. Well, you can see the difference. The MD-11 exhaust on the back of the engine comes straight out through the tail, and the tail continues up on top. Well, the L1011 was quite different, you know. So, absolutely brilliant. Then when it comes to our navigation system, so INS or nothing, we can go VOR with radio stuff, we can go INS systems, in which there's 3 of them, or we can do a mix of both INS and using a GPS. And you might be saying, Jays, it's the GPS, and here's the GPS unit up here. Now, you can fly this with just the GPS, or you can combine it with your INS and your GPS, because it gave them better navigational capability. But, you know, it's funny when you see a massive, you know, GTN or GNS 530 popped up on a screen, and you're thinking, wait, what? But that's what they did. Airliners did that as you know, navigation and satellite tracking and all this jazz kind of came along. But that's where they mounted them. And like iniBuilds said, they didn't just throw it in there for the crack. The reference material, yeah, that's where they put them. Incredible stuff, right? So INS, that's going to make things different and also a little bit difficult, right? I mean, it's at the moment, I mean, we're spoiled for choice. You look at your FMC or MCDU, you put in a waypoint name, which are happy days. The INS work differently. You're working off latitude, longitude, you have to put the numbers in, so on and so forth. The good news is, though, well, the aircraft, you know, iniBuilds, again, they're thinking of the simmer. Yes, you can go absolute old school and hardcore mode, or if you like, well, it'll do most of the heavy lifting for you, which is great to see, which includes that, of course, of some of the crew functions, because the crew in this aircraft, I mean, the cockpit, the flight deck alone, it was built for 4. Right, captain, co-pilot, engineer, and I think nav officer. But just an absolutely cool looking machine. This definitely looks, it's going to be something you really want to sink your teeth into. You know, as they develop this aircraft, once it gets released, and you know the crack with iniBuilds, they're very quick with kind of day one patches and just updates when they get a broader feel of the reaction from the community. It looks like it's definitely going to be the aircraft you're going to want to sink your teeth into. Do you know what I mean? It's that mix of, you know, classic era bridging the gap into the modern era, but also complexity. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's mad, man. It's mad. I mean, the layout here from the engineer station, you know, if you're flown in the classic 747, you're going to feel somewhat at home here. Even the Concorde to an extent. But yeah, I'm very, very much looking forward to this. There are so many features, and even looking at the aircraft when it's flying.
There we go, looking good. So we're en route and we're following our little map now. I'll put the flaps all the way up.
Like, absolutely incredible stuff. So yeah, this is going to be something absolutely cool. Now, again, the good news is, well, iniBuilds are going to be at FS Weekend. If you're at FS Weekend, ramble over to the iniBuilds booth and in the iniBuilds hall. I'll be there, and we're hoping to get a look at this. I'm gonna have an owl ask, you know. I seriously doubt I'd be taking this one onto VATSIM anytime soon. But like, Dougal, a very good evening. It's so cool that you said that, because isn't that the ultimate challenge? Us as simmers, we're saying, right, here's something way out of left field, right? An iconic aircraft. It's going to scare the crap out of us, and then we're saying, right, can we learn this? And can we learn it in such a degree? You know, can we go off and fly this on VATSIM? I mean, isn't that the challenge? You know what I mean? Ross Codd in with the raid. Thank you very, very much indeed. Welcome in, Raiders. Hope you had an awesome stream, lads. You're very welcome aboard. We're just here covering Genuas. Welcome in, welcome in. Echo 19 is here. Tyler, good evening. Who let Murphy out of the bedroom this morning? I don't know. I wanted to go back to bed. It wasn't happening, right? It's good to see you, buddy. I'm hopeless with the SIVA and INS stuff, but we'll learn it together. We'll absolutely learn it together. Rick Engineering, thank you very much indeed for 7 months. Cheers, buddy. Like, I think this is an aircraft, you know, if you guys are interested, not everyone likes the big, massive airliners. I get that. We focus primarily on general aviation. However, I think there is a great opportunity for us to do maybe some additional content here, or even just on Discord, and we'll all try and learn this thing together with the goal of, can we now get these flying comfortably, that we can operate them on VATSIM? I think that would be insane. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so look at the aircraft. I mean, it's when you start seeing it at this, we know it's on a short final. The exact date hasn't been revealed. You're probably looking it's going to be sometime in March, I'd say. I'd be surprised if they miss out March. I can't wait for this, because it's just something that you're going to be left scratching your head wondering how to make it work. iniBuilds are thinking of the simmer in this, because they can automate the systems, make it easier for us. Plus, you have these sort of videos, and what they did on Twitch today. It's incredible stuff. They said this month. Right, it says this month. Yeah, grand. So yeah, it should be March. It's an aircraft I'm looking forward to, because it's just different. It's not your typical Airbus or your Boeing. Like, it's just different. And I got to say, I mean, looking at it, lads, like, it's splendid looking in the sim, isn't it? They've done a great job here on the model work and the texture work. From the videos we're seeing, this thing looks top tier. So yeah, very much looking forward to this machine. And of course, you've all these liveries then, you know, all the retro liveries.
Oh, Jesus.
What do you think, lads? Is this something that's definitely going to be on your shopping list? Is this an aircraft that you're saying, yeah, I need to get my hands on this? Or is it like, no, absolutely not, of no interest, or I could be persuaded? You know what I mean? The flight deck does look intimidating, absolutely. Will there be an RAF variant? Not that I'm aware of. Probably, possibly, maybe, instant buy, tempting, right? I think, you know, once the aircraft is released, we'll try and spend a bit of time with it. There was something cool I saw here as well. Don't know if you saw it on the feature, right? And it was on the video. They had this area. Again, you're talking an era of aviation, right? Where they had this kind of pre-flight galley on the aircraft, right? We'll skip ahead. Look at the detail on the tires, look. They had this area where the stairs drop out, and it was like this pre-flight area. And it was a galley or a little bar where they put you before you get up into the main cabin. As I say, it was all different. And did you ever see the interior of one of these? Look at the height. Look at the headroom. And even the cameras set up here, that's roughly like average human height walking now through the cabin. Look at the clearance. Look how open this was. That's spatial, brilliant, you know. It's heaven for a tall Aegis. Yeah, absolutely. There'd be no banging your head on this, you know. I crossed the Atlantic on a Freddie Laker TriStar. Whoa, nice. No interest. Have all the tube liners I need. Prefer to fly GA low and slow. Yeah, but again, though, isn't it cool that we're getting something like this? You know what I mean? I'm very much looking forward to this machine. You know, Merv, what airplane would you love iniBuilds to make? I don't really know, to be honest. A CASA 2, 3, or 2, 9, or 5. Yes, a CASA 2, 9, or 5. I want one of them in my life. But yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, the 1970s, right? And even the doors didn't open outwards. The doors opened down. Brilliant stuff. So very excited for this from iniBuilds. As I said, they've an awesome video out there on the YouTube channel. I'll click into it and share the link with you here in the chat. And of course, if you didn't catch it today, you can go back onto the MSFS official Twitch channel. You'll see their live stream today with Chewy. Absolutely class looking lads. Very excited for this to see how it all kind of, you know, it's built together. And something very interesting coming from iniBuilds. I mean, you know, considering the airliners that they've worked on traditionally have been Airbus, right? I mean, we've seen the A350, we've seen the A340, we've seen the A321, the A320. This is very different, and it's great to see, especially at this scale, right? So, yeah, very, very excited for this one. Now, Black Square's Caravan Professional has officially launched. This came out yesterday, in case you've missed it. The latest rendition of the Caravan is now released by Black Square. The Professional series, it's almost doubled in terms of the features and capabilities versus the old 2020 steam gauge analog overhaul. There's a lot more going on here, and the fact that Black Square built the model themselves, they have their own custom sounds, features, you know, failure systems are in there as well. We've done quite a bit of flying in this. We're going to do a little bit more tomorrow during the day. This is an exceptionally good aircraft, and for something as typically boring as the Grand Caravan, they're not the prettiest of planes in the air. Even pilots are like, yeah, they're all right, right? They always enjoyed flying them. And when I say typically boring, they were designed for a single pilot operation, but you do have to keep an eye on what you're doing outside of your general flying, navigating, communicating. You got to manage this thing, be it the electrical system, the engine, especially the engine, and then you have your electrical system and your environmental system, right? There's a lot to keep your eye on here. And what Black Square have done with the Caravan Professional series, you can buy them individually or buy them as a bundle. If you haven't bought them yet, just get the bundle for an extra like 15 quid or something. You have the best of all worlds. You have the passenger variant along with a cargo variant and the amphibious variant, and they each fly a little bit different. You know what I mean? Echo 19. So here's one for you. Echo 19 also, when it comes to the Grand Caravan, he's working on his own set of the 208EX sounds. So that's going to be a sound replacement for the default 208 that's in the sim, because the Caravan, the Textron Aviation Caravan from Asobo and Microsoft, well, it's based on the latest EX, the Caravan EX. And Echo 19 are doing a full sound suite for that aircraft, and they're coming soon. And in fairness to Tyler, he's been sharing some video with me, and oh Jesus, like you talk about like access to the aircraft is number one, but the sounds, you know, EX is different, so it's all good. Yeah, they're a different aircraft. They like what Black Square have done here. These are focused on the Grand Caravan, the Super Caravan. These are like the late 80s, early 90s. That was the band that came out of these. But such a splendid job. These are an excellent example of what Black Square can do. You've already seen it with the Dukes, the Baron, the Bonanza, the TBM, of course, and the Caravan definitely goes into that. Absolutely incredible work. It's a complete overhaul. It's a complete rework. It's not You know, it's not an upgrade. It's a brand new aircraft, and it's very, very good. So great stuff there from Black Square. PMDG, they pushed a WASM crash fix and teases a 737 visual overhaul for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. WASM crashes have been a thorn in the side of PMDG owners since the 737-8 launched for Microsoft Flight Sim back in December. Yes, it has. You know, the one, you're deep into a flight, maybe just past top of descent, and suddenly the cockpit instruments go kind of red or orange. The sim keeps running, the aircraft keeps flying, but the avionics are effectively dead. Now, just to explain, right? A WASM crash, a lot of people were giving out to Microsoft about this, you know, in a Sobo. And it's not really their headache, really. I mean, it's just not their headache. This is up to third-party developers to make sure that their add-ons are able to work within WebAssembly. So they can't really do much. And they were saying, listen, you know, is there any way to restart WASM? Does not, right? Anyway, the long and the short of this is PMDG know that they have work to do to make the WebAssembly science work a little bit better. And that's precisely what they've done here with this new update. This came out 2 or 3 days ago, right? When it comes to using any aircraft that has WebAssembly built into it for gauges, usually what you might have to do, you go back into your Flight Sim folder, you can find where WASM folders are, and you can delete the appropriate aircraft folder. That should keep you going now for a while. Other add-ons can also interact or interfere with other WASM modules. It's a bit of a friggin' minefield, to be honest, but it is what it is. I don't think there's another way forward for developers to be able to bring their complexity into the sim without using WebAssembly, so there's nothing we can do, right? However, the good news here is, well, PMDG, they're very aware of it, and they've pushed out an update, and it's not the final update, but it is a step in the right direction. Now, according to PMDG, WASM crashes stem from instability in the way the sim allocates dynamic memory for third-party add-ons. Well, you know, I mean, you could say that, right? But my opinion, the reality is, you know, the system crashes from instability in the way PMDG have coded their aircraft to work inside the Microsoft Flight Sim system. That's my uptake on that. You know, you can hate the product all you like. Oh yeah, you know, WASM, it doesn't work well. Get your aircraft fixed, mate. They'll be grand if you fix them. Get your code sorted, sure, it'll be grand, you know. Sure, it'll only cost you a cup of coffee. But anyway, the update includes a specific fix for a scenario that the team managed to identify. And this is important, right? You know, we kind of patting the back in one hand, uppercutting the other, but then we give them a hug. This is very good from PMDG because they managed to actually identify and reproduce an issue that was causing the problem, which is that's not at all easy. That takes, I don't know how many hours they would have thrown at this thing, but it does take a lot of time. They've managed to figure out what it was and said, this is an issue. The good news is they found it and they fixed it. Great news. Now, it's not, you know, the fix all and end all, but it's very much a step in the right direction. So anyone who is seeing these sort of WASM issues with aircraft, feed it back to the developer. They need to know, right? If you don't tell them, they're not necessarily going to know about it. And just be nice about it. You don't need to be abusive or give it, your stupid plane isn't doing it. Be nice to them. If you're nice, people are nice. It's a simple rule of life. If you're nice to people, they're nice. And if they're just not nice, well then just do not afford them your time of day. You know what I mean? Haven Art, good to see you, buddy. Don't forget to sign with a real name. But like, look, it's mad that, you know, you buy the aircraft. I mean, the day I bought the 737-8 for Flight Sim 2024, WASM crash instantly, right? So there is issues there. The good news is they're starting to fix it. We need to see more of this, and it's not just from PMDG. We need to see this with other developers who are using that WASM, the WebAssembly module. We need to see more of this. Fix the code, lads. Whatever you need to turn off, right, in order to make sure that it's, it's stable. Well, that would be better than getting into your flight, flying along. Next thing you have a friggin', a WASM crash. You know, WASM is the WebAssembly module. Effectively, it's a container that Microsoft and Asobo have that will allow developers, put their own stuff in to make their aircraft work, but it must stay inside that container. That's how they get them onto Xbox. That's how they get them into the marketplace. That's how they accept their aircraft kind of locally. Awesome, right? It's not a way of getting performance, or it's not a way of, making aircraft more better or worse or whatever. It's a coding sandbox. There you go. It's a coding sandbox. But the sandbox, think of the green box, lads. It's another green box. But anyway, it is good news. They also mention here then a visual overhaul is coming to the 737-8. Now, Vasco goes on, and I'm kind of like, for crying out loud, and it's not Vasco's fault. So what PMDG are saying, look, there's a visual overhaul coming to the 737-8. We'll then have the 737-700 coming out very soon. They were expecting it to come out last week. There's a few areas that are after holding it back. So they're now going to plan to fix that, and then get the 737-7 out. Then they're going to go off and update the 600, the 800, and the 900 with the new overhaul for graphics. Then they're going to target the 777s. And then, hopefully then, they'll target the DC-6. I totally get and understand that the 777s are going to be way more popular, to their customer base. It's just, we need some love for that DC-6. We really do. I don't even have WASM, so no crash for me. There you go. Summoner, thank you very much indeed for 7 months. Cheers, buddy. Yeah. What are they doing next week then? We don't know. I don't know. PMDG might be at FS Weekend. We'll see if they're there or any representatives. I mean, they're definitely doing cool stuff. And I know, there's all sorts of drama on the internet when it comes in the flight sim community about PMDG with the, the updated 737-8 and the price of it and, cups of coffee, this and whatever. At the end of the day, and this is just me saying it, right? Yes, you can jump on the bandwagon. You can say, bloody hell, that's expensive. Forget all of that for the moment, right? In my opinion, the PMDG 737-800 in Flight Sim 24, I love the thing. I think it's excellent. It's an excellent aircraft and is the same as the Dash 6 and, of course, the Dash 7. These are excellent aircraft. They are fun to fly. They're exciting aircraft to fly. DC-6, really exciting to fly. So I'd like to see more. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Hey, Gibbo's here. Yeah, Mathis is always there. Yeah, we'll try and get a word with Mathis if we can. Like, they're doing great things, and yeah, okay, they're the only show in town when it comes to these aircraft, especially the Boeings, but they are good. I think they're good. Anyway, moving on. So the Aerosoft Tolus A340-6, it's now on Contrail. For those of you who were probably waiting to see it be released elsewhere. It's available now through Contrail as well as Aerosoft, where you can pick it up. And, of course, the A340-600 has been getting overwhelmingly positive, responses since its release. There's definitely features on this aircraft that are brand new to Microsoft Flight Sim, and mainly they're coming in from Tolus. Tolus being an X-Plane developer. Endorsed by Airbus for the add-ons that they've made. They are super good. And Aerosoft looking after the visuals. It seems to be kind of a match made in heaven because, well, the first aircraft out of the gate, very good. It's very good. It's also very expensive. Jesus, it's an expensive add-on. This is like 70, 80 bucks, right? But it is very, very good. I think if this is the A330, they probably could have commanded that pricing without any sort of real moaning. You know what I mean? But it's a great machine. Anyway, for those of you who'd like to buy it, you can do. But there's also a launch price on Contrail that you can pick it up. And going back to Vasco, we're talking about the Captain's Club members. Well, by signing up to MSFS Add-ons Captain's Club, you can actually get a 15% discount through the hangar stacks with the Contrail launch offer. So that brings the price down to about €50. Right, so considerations to be made there for sure, right? You can also get it on the X-Plane store. Can you? On the X-Plane org store? Jesus. X-Plane was mentioned in the files. Yeah. To the manual and the systems. Yeah. There's all sorts of pointers with X-Plane in the files. Yeah. Tolus developed this aircraft over an X-Plane. I mean, they know the aircraft. It's not a new one for them. They know the aircraft inside and out, hence they said, yeah, we'll start with the A340-600. They already have the aircraft in X-Plane. and it's excellent. It's excellent. It's a fine example of kind of systems depth when it comes to an Airbus aircraft. It's super cool. We'll be flying this on a stream coming soon because I just like the machine, and I like some of the features of it. It's pretty cool. And of course, then like we're spoiled for choice now when it comes to the A340 because iniBuilds have their variants, the Dash 300, and then we have the Aerosoft Tolus with the Dash 600, different engines and slightly bigger. Do you know? SWS are back. The Kodiak 100 due to release at the end of next week, next Friday it looks like. Now this is exciting news for us in the general aviation world. I mean, when it comes to the Kodiak 100, this was a cracker of a release when it first came out. It's a beautiful aircraft built by Darren the Real World, who were Socata, or maybe a Socata. But the Kodiak 100, think of it as like a smaller condensed Caravan, but luxurious and more modern features. Kinda, right? Very popular with law enforcement, these things are. But anyway, the SWS Kodiak 100 has seen a very strong evolution. The Impossible Face. It was Quest used to make it. Quest used to make the Kodiak. Now Dar make it. Is that right? And Dar are the company who bought Socata. Am I right in saying that? I think I am. Landing Gear, good to see you. Welcome aboard. I'm almost certain I'm right now in that. PS Miranda, welcome in. So Quest, it used to be called the Quest Kodiak. Then Dar, D-A-H-R, bought Quest, and then I think Dar also bought Socata. Anyway, the original Kodiak 100 was, by most accounts, a benchmark product created with input from Dar and real Kodiak pilots, and the collaboration showed it in the result. It was one of the best simulated aircraft in 2020. It had a very detailed Pratt & Whitney PT6 engine management system, quality sounds. You could even hot start the gadget. So SWS they're describing the 2024 edition as a structural evolution built on a visual refresh that came to the 2020 version back in February, but going significantly further. The systems list is substantial. SWS have rewritten the electrical system, and the PT6 engine simulation has been expanded with custom torque limiting, NG simulation, manual override, and proper ITT modelling, including altitude-dependent temperature limits and residual ITT. The engine can now be worn down or damaged through improper operation, including hot starts. And one of the more practical additions is what SWS calls a smart auto start system. The system monitors ITT during the startup sequence, and if the engine gets too hot, it will automatically motor it down or trigger a shutdown if a fire is detected. It's a solution to one of the long-standing friction points with high-fidelity turboprop simulation in Microsoft Flight Sim, where the standard Control-E shortcut has historically been unreliable with complex aircraft. Here, the developer says it works correctly. On the avionics side, the G1000 NXI implementation has been expanded with multiple custom pages matching the real aircraft's configuration, and as a custom ESI 500 standby instrument with full navigation capability. The new 2024 native tablet also implemented, handling the weight balance charts and flight planning. The aircraft comes with 5 cabin configurations: cargo, combi, timberline, summit and skydive setup. 3 landing gear options are available across the package, which is standard, tundra or amphibian floats, with the full package covering both the standard wheeled and the standalone amphibian version. Over 30 liveries are included, spanning factory schemes alongside custom liveries, and SWS confirm full repaint compatibility with the existing 2020 livery library. Pretty cool. The upgrade path. Owners of the 2020 version will receive a 50% upgrade discount on the new release. So this thing came out for like 35 quid, I think? 30 or 35 quid. So to get the new version, you'll get a 50% discount if you had the old version. But bearing in mind, there seems to be a fair bit of scope gone into this new native 2024 aircraft. You know, so it's a paid upgrade, and as I say, if you had the previous version, you'll get 50% off. So expect to pay somewhere in the region, I don't know, roughly somewhere between $10 and maybe $20 in between, roughly, right? But it looks pretty cool, I have to say. And this always was a superb aircraft, right? Mike Coffey says, Mr. Dan says, still pretty expensive. There's a bit of with this. I don't know where I sit on the fence. I need to see it first. I need to see exactly. It's you get an idea of reading, you know, what's been put into the aircraft and, you know, how well does it look. And I need to see it. I need to get my hands on this before I can give you my honest opinion. Is it going to be worth that? I like SWS. I like them as a developer. But, you know, they don't tend to kick too many wides. You know, and Alex is sound. They're nice people. And we know they have access as a development team. They've been given access to some really cool things that really update and enhance their add-ons. But, you know, if you ask me, Murph, hey, for this aircraft that I have in 2020, is it worth upgrading it to the 2024 variant, considering I can still fly the 2020 variant? That's where the question's going to be. So I need to get my hands on this before I can kind of say yay or nay. Do you know what I mean? But it's a very pretty airplane. And that screenshot, if that's anything to go by, there's certainly a lot more detail that I can see. But I need to see the aircraft. And I'm on my shagging holidays when this comes out, so I won't be able to pay. Shouldn't have to pay for upgrades to a 2024 version, says 613 Studio. Well, I mean, it depends. Some developers offer free upgrades, or the developers charge for the time, you know? So yeah, like, you know, do you expect developers to work for free if they're running a company? And they have to put time is money. They got to put a lot of time into this. There are, of course, some exceptions to that rule. We've seen it Just Flight. I think Just Flight are absolutely incredible in all of this, lads. From a customer service point of view, Just Flight, not a single charge for their upgrades. And not only, well, you know, they didn't charge for the upgrade. When they released the aircraft, they released them at a massive discount for folks who may have never bought their fleet. No one else has done that, you know. So, like, you know, Just Flight, amazing work, like, thank you. But they're in a position that they can do this, of course. Not everyone is going to be in the same boat, you know what I mean? But at Kodiak, notwithstanding, this is an exceptionally good aircraft. It's a lot of fun to fly. It's very realistic, and I'm very much looking forward to this new version. And, you know, if the question's going to be, Murph, is it worth the extra 10 or 15 bucks? Once I fly it, I'll know myself after about 5 or 10 minutes with the aircraft. I imagine it will be, you know. But until I fly it, there's no point saying. 50% is better than some other upgrade costs. Yeah. Although, wasn't PMDG 40%? Was it, or 30%? I can't remember. 30 or 40%. Anyway, we'll wait and see. Still great news from SWS, and looking forward to seeing this aircraft in action. I need to see it in action, you know. Oh, Flight Effects. Good shout, Matt. Yeah, Flight Effects as well. Yeah, they were free upgrades. Now, Blackbird Simulations, their C130J. It's finally hit version 1.0.0 after a long journey through early access. Now, there's something satisfying about watching a complex add-on cross the finish line properly. Not a quiet patch pushed out on a Tuesday, but a proper 1.00 release earned through months of incremental work, community feedback, and a very long changelog. That's exactly where Blackbird Simulations finds itself this weekend, with the C130J ADV, or Advanced, known affectionately as the Dirty Torty, officially reached its full release milestone. For those who weren't following along during the development, a bit of context. Blackbird launched the aircraft into a paid alpha back in May 2025 for $24.99 US, with the price set to increase progressively through beta and then the final release. The developer described it as a complex, ambitious reimagining of the C130J 30 Super Herc, shaped by real-world military simulation and refined with feedback, of course, from the US Air Force. It was a bold approach that invited the community in early, and by all accounts, that strategy has paid off. The sheer depth of the 1.0 release changelog is evidence of how much ground was covered. So what does it actually deliver? Well, a lot. The update spans virtually every corner of the aircraft, from exterior visuals to deep avionics logic. On the multiplayer front, the update addresses a gap that has been long-standing frustration for many users. Radar and TCAS can now detect multiplayer aircraft, and an extensive list of animations and effects, including the cockpit, windows, crew doors, APU doors, cargo ramps, landing lights, formation lights, and fuel dumps, are now synced properly. On top of that, the CNI flight management system also received substantial attention. Changes to the leg data now require exact confirmation across the board. VNAV altitude and airspeed constraint logic has been fixed and reworked, and several bugs in the SID star handling, airway processing, and conditional procedure legs have also been resolved. Cursor targets and inhibited nav aids are now saved to file, and the progress and perf pages have been formatted for behavioural corrections applied throughout. The fuel system, which has seen incremental improvements across previous builds, gets a notable addition here. Defueling through transfer pumps and also the single point refueling system, it's now supported. Several edge cases involving crossfeed, FLCV, valve behaviour, and tank overflow have all been corrected, and maximum fill level now responds to wing flex, which is a nice touch of the depth of the systems. Elsewhere, the TAWS system gains a realistic sweep pattern and improved FPS performance, better shadow algorithm, and overall footprint improvements. Ice protection gets a proper self-test and also a rework of its core, as does the HDD suite fixes across the PFD and engine pages. It's also worth noting how far the product has travelled since its first alpha. I got this at its first alpha, and I will say it was very rough around the edges. A couple of releases into the alpha, I mean, the bones were there, but it was rough. And now this is now a version 1 release. I haven't had time to go near this yet, but we will go near this very soon. We'll be flying this soon on a Wednesday night to show you what it's all about. It's now available through their website. PC currently priced at $39.99 US. I'm very much looking forward to having a blast at this. I spent a bit of time with the classic simulations, or classic aircraft simulations, C130 on DCS. So I'll be very much looking forward to seeing, similarities. Surprised you're interested with the DCS variant. But the DCS variant it's one of these kind of landmark releases on DCS because the aircraft, it's not your kind of typical combat aircraft, and there was a lot of kind of creature comforts baked in to the CAS C130 that we would find in kind of, consumer or civilian flight sims. We would find these, easy enough to follow. That's where the interest certainly was there. And that's an amazing aircraft. Looking forward to this one. So great news from Blackbird. Now, Aviación Española brings the Dornier DO27 to Microsoft Flight Simulator. There's a particular kind of magic to aircraft that were never meant for airports. No jetways, no ground crew, no light wands. Wait, what? No ILS. Just a patch of firm ground, capable of an engine and a pilot who knows what they're doing. That's what the Dornier DO27 does. And it's a release thanks to Aviación Española. My pronunciation is probably terrible. Anyway, this is a DO27 A5 in 4 variants, standard bush, float and ski equipped, compatible with 2020 and 2024. However, the developer noting some of the 2024 exclusive features they're not yet implemented. They will soon, though. They will soon. It's very Porter like this one. Yeah, very Porter. Gina, good to see it. The Dornier DO27 carries a story worth knowing before you even load into the sim. It was the first mass-produced aircraft in Germany following the end of the Second World War, and its origins are tied directly to Spain. Dornier had established a technical office in Madrid in 1951, and the DO27's predecessor, the DO25, was developed there in response to a Spanish military requirement for a light utility aircraft with stall performance. The original prototype flew for the first time in Spain in 1955. A total of 40 aircraft were then later manufactured by CASA under the designation CASA 127. Now, what did we get? The package features high-fidelity 3D model, PBR materials, full animations, fully functional cockpit, and it has flight dynamics tuned for stall performance. The developers say the systems are built to reflect the mechanical and operational character of the real aircraft. It includes 26 liveries spanning military and civilian. Custom sound set and pilot's manual are also part of the package. The official product images on Sim Market are quite blurry. However, there is a thread on the official forums. We'll have a quick look at those. And it's available right now over on Sim Market, priced at $18.45. So let's have a look at some pictures as we scroll down. Ooh, they do look nice. Jeez, that looks very nice, doesn't it? I think this is a machine we'll have to check it out. We'll have to check it out. One Foxy Bingo Gav. Sure, brilliant. Sure, why don't you go over and watch? But yeah, pretty cool, right? Pretty cool stuff here. It's this is going to be an interesting aircraft, and it's stall capable as well. It's a freaking mad looking thing. Look. I don't know much about the developer, so we'll have to go on and have a look at this soon. Pretty cool. Right. So great news there. General Aviation again. Would love a medical version with stretchers on the back. Would they do one of those? Flying Freya, good to see you. Right, got friends. Did you see this? This is mad looking. This is deadly looking. And I wonder, is this going to now come like to all aircraft? Got friends link cockpit rattling directly to flight physics in the new Taylorcraft. Well, watch. Bush flying is inherently chaotic, but simulator cockpits often feel completely immune to rough conditions when outside. When you drop a plane onto a rugged dirt strip, the camera might shake, but the physical cabin pretty much remain, well, frozen. Got friends are looking to tackle this exact problem with the newly announced gravity reactive motion system, tying the simulator's core physics engine directly into the smallest interior parts. You need to see the video because this is friggin' nuts, right? Hang on. Now, if there's sound, we can't have sound, so I'll play music. So, uno momento. Here's buttons, and everyone should be able to see this. And let's see what happens here. EGNE then, and I'll press some buttons. And yeah. So what you're looking for here is the physics. Things moving. Doors opening. Friggin' the hand straps moving, reacting. I mean, the thing, it's alive. Space Rat, good to see it. Okay, if you flip your aircraft over, well, sure, you know, it'll break for everyone. Isn't that absolutely cool? It's one of these features, like, if you don't have it, you don't miss it. And then when you see it, you're like, I need this in every aircraft now. This is incredible. Definitely aimed at general aviation, but particularly when it comes to bush flying, you know? But, like, could you imagine this on other aircraft? Like, we will eventually get to the stage in a sim. Flying your airliner and, like, your freaking coffee is moving in the cup. Right, you know, that's this neck of the woods. This is really cool from Got Friends, and it's kind of pushing. Imagine this in VR, like, you know what I mean? That sort of immersion with things moving around. It's more tricks that the brain is now playing on you to say you're actually in this, Chief. Right, absolutely brilliant. So great to see. So Got Friends, incredible work here. It operates on live telemetry data instead of scripted animations, calculating real-time G-forces, bank angles, airspeed, and physical impacts. The physics directly affect minor cabin compounds like the handles, tabs, fuel, and the feature will be included in the upcoming Taylorcraft launch. I would love to see this across all aircraft. If developers can like dial this in, this is amazing. Great news from Got Friends. I think absolutely brilliant. Now, Just Flight, more news. Their A300 B4 Professional, the first dev update for 2026. Just Flight posted a new dev update for the highly anticipated Airbus A300 Bravo 4 Professional, confirming that 2026 will be the year this aircraft releases. The update follows the significant progress report at the end of last year when the team revealed that systems coding had reached a fully coded state and exterior artwork was nearing completion. Now, with beta testing set to begin soon, the focus on the latest update turns to its lighting. Lighting is a subject that the developer describes as central to creating an immersive simulation experience. And Just Flight explain, their approach goes beyond simply replicating the look of the switches and panels. They aim to capture the feel of being in the real aircraft, and lighting is a huge part of that. As with their systems work, Just Flight's lighting development leans heavily on real-world reference material. The team notes that for a classic aircraft like the A300, gathering accurate references not always straightforward, and it has involved working directly with real-world flight and ground crews, as well as conducting research trips to visit an actual airframe. So, one of the more characterful aspects of the A300's flight deck is the quality of its lighting. Rather than just, cool clinical LED tones of a modern Airbus, well, the B4's cockpit is bathed in warm white light of the 1970s era fluorescent lighting. You get an idea of it here inside, look. Ooh. Papa Justify, good to see you. Mavacious, welcome in. Similar to a Murph landing, right? Someone forgot to latch the doors. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Crazy. No worries, Gav. Look at the light in here, man. This kind of glow. Lighting, night lighting, I'm a huge fan of it in aircraft, and if it's done right, it's like, oh man, because it transformed the aircraft, because it's whatever you fly it during the day, during the night, it's a different experience with nighttime flying, especially with an aircraft like this. So yeah, man, that's looking absolutely gorgeous. And of course, the lighting in 2024, superb. Despite being a classic aircraft, Just Flight points out the lighting system reflects on the early expression of Airbus's characteristically logical design philosophy, one that carries through over to the modern jets. So with beta testing approaching and more regular updates now promised, the A300 B4 Professional appears to be entering its final stretch. The screenshots accompanying this update showing an Olympic Airways A300 at London Heathrow gave a strong sense of where the exterior and lighting fidelity now stand. So yeah, lots of stuff going on with Just Flight. The Fokkers, the A300, we want to know more about their the Tonka, their Tornado, and of course the Learjet 45 that they're working on. Yeah, I think it's only a passenger variant for this. I could be wrong, but as far as I know, it's a passenger variant. So it will be for 2027. Yeah, they're saying it's going to be out this year, which is mad, right? Now, flight effects, we've seen this. They released the Piaggio P180, just a reminder to you. If you had the P180 Avanti over in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, there's a free upgrade for 2024. But they also got official licensing from Piaggio aircraft themselves, which is great to see, because that just opens the door for, that higher fidelity of systems and airframe and details. It allows flight effects to lean in and say, hey, how does this work, right? And you can definitely see that now in the updated P180. It's a free upgrade for 2024. It's now native. You can use it in some of the career mode stuff if you'd like. It's a mad looking aircraft, this, but they've done a great job. It's a push configuration with those engines. Think of this as like your business jet, but in a prop. Right, but yeah, just in case you've missed it, I think we mentioned this last week, but just in case you've missed it, there is a free upgrade to get this in 2024. So yeah, it's pretty cool. If you get the 2024 version, do you also get the 2020 version? That's a good question. I'm not sure. As far as I know, this one is just a 2024 variant. It's $24.99, so I'm not sure. It's on par speed-wise with a Citation. Yeah, it's very fast, this thing. Let me see. Broski plays P180, one of my favourite. Yeah, it's really good. Really, really good. This is a great machine. Robbie, take care, buddy. All the best. Maybe I got the C750 in 2020 after buying it in 2024. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't actually know. But I do know if you had it in 2020, it's a free upgrade in 2024, which is great to see. Absolutely great to see. And, well, if you're not flying this thing, you need to have a serious chat with yourselves as to why, right? Now, what am I doing? I'm doing one of these. Yes. And right now, bear with. Murphy's pressed some buttons in the background. I'm up here now. Yeah, up the hill. There we go. Is wait, balls. No. Is right now. I need to press some buttons. Let me see. Get me timing right. 24 hours. One. Now, I've pressed a button. I've pressed another button. And I've pressed another button. Right, now that I've done that segue, here's a segue. FlightSimTees.com. Gibbo Ireland strikes back with all the cool stuff. Now, it's nothing new in terms of new designs, new garments, new features. We've covered this over the last number of weeks. However, for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, where we're going to do a live giveaway. And the giveaway, which will be, it starts now, it ends in 24 hours. It's free to enter. And the winner will receive a Flight Sim T item of choice. That could be either a t-shirt, a hoodie, or a zuddy. So, in order to enter, it's a giveaway, yeah. It's daylight giveaway. All you need to do, ramble on over to our Discord, ! Discord, and that'll give you a link. You'll arrive at the start here, or arrivals page, go up to start here, click the shamrock, scroll down, you'll go into the community, you will see giveaway. Go into the giveaway and click on that small little party pop thingy majig in behind it. Click on that, you're going to be entered into the draw. Gibbo, if you enter and win, that would save an awful lot of logistics. Go on for the crack and enter it. But yeah, it's going to be either a t-shirt or a hoodie or a zuddy, and it's a giveaway. We're all going to FS weekend, lads, so whoever wins, just give us a couple of days to get this out to you, but it will get out to you, and yeah, it'll be your chance. So it's a Flight Sim Tees item of choice. So let me show you what you could win. You'll ramble over to flightsimtees.com, and over there you can have a look at the t-shirts or the hoodies or the zuddies. All you need to do, go in, pick whatever one you'd like, or indeed it could be one of the custom options. So for example, if you go into the t-shirts, we have a number of custom options for you. You can put your name on a t-shirt. You can get like the nose art on some of the World War II aircraft, right, the warbirds, or my favourite, or one of my favourites, is this of the airport. I think this is absolutely deadly. You can put in your own 4-letter ICAO identifier, and Gibbo will do something like this for your home airport. Just make sure, you know, what the crack is. The winner will be announced tomorrow. This is why we can't have nice things. I've literally only started a giveaway and Kanzui is... Look! Right. I mean, Jesus. Why can't people be nice? Right. But anyway, you get the idea. So best of luck to everyone who enters, right? It's free. It's free giveaway. There'll be one winner announced. You've worked too fast. Yeah. Kanzui, right? Just when you think he's not there, he's there, right? But anyway, the winner will get to choose which item that they would like. My recommendations, if you're going for a t-shirt, I love these. But whatever design you like yourself, you know, you can get it. The quality of this gear, anyone who's bought already, you know how good this gear is. It's good wearing. I'm wearing a hoodie here now. It's comfortable. The shape holds. They're grand when you wash them. It's just, and the sizes are perfect. It's actually, like, for me, especially with t-shirts, it's a friggin' nightmare. Either the neck is too low, you know, the belly can rise. With these, you don't have these. You know, are they dry clean only? No, you can even wash these in the bath. You can even wear them in the bath, Sid. You know, I should probably pack for FS Weekend instead of rewriting the Ducky electrical system, but I'm really bad at priorities. We were checking out the Ducky mod, or the Ducky edition, last week, Wambi. Lots of fun, buddy. We love the cat. We love the cat inside. But yeah, we were checking that out last week, bud. Amazing work. So anyway, lads, best of luck. And as I say, you know, it can be a hoodie like this, or a zuddy, which is one of these with a zip, or a t-shirt. All right. So that competition is now live. And the face of Murph pulled when he lost a pool again. Oh, Jesus. There's a great bunch of lads, aren't you, though? You know. Do I honestly look like... Do I look like that? Right. Wet teacher competition. Wait, what? No. Tima, thank you very much indeed for the gifted sub. So make sure you ramble in there. You click on this little party popper sparkler thingamajiggy. That's what gets you entered into the entry for flightsimtees.com. So do be sure to check it out and check it out. Right. Moving on. iniBuilds previewing more shots of the upcoming Liverpool Airport. iniBuilds sharing another dev update of the upcoming rendition of Liverpool's John Lennon Airport, Echo Golf Papa from Microsoft Flight Sim, offering a closer look at the development process behind the project and introducing 2 members of the scenery team currently working on the airport. Following earlier updates featuring insights from the team leads Greg and George, the latest post highlights the work of developers Chris and, is it Ilias or Ilias? Both have been heavily involved in shaping the airport environment, focusing on areas such as terrain modelling, ground layout, and also the creation of custom assets. Some of the pictures here look absolutely incredible, and I have to say, I love what iniBuilds are doing, you know, showing the team. These are the people behind the projects. I absolutely love seeing this. When we look at the scenery, we're like, that's nice. When you realise then, look, there's people hard at work here, like pouring their passion into this. It's absolutely brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I love seeing this, and you get to learn about the folks as well. Some of the pictures, I've been to Liverpool a couple of times, practically geeking the chat. I mean, that's out your neck of the woods, right? Very excited for this airport to release. Very excited. Gibbo with the tier 1 sub over to CP. Thank you very much indeed. The man's a legend. Oh, Jesus, he's at it again. He gave one to... Jesus, look. He gave one to CP and he gave one to Mr. TPHI. Gibbo, thank you very, very much indeed. Cheers, buddy. Practical Geek, yeah, can't wait for this one. Very excited for Liverpool coming to iniBuilds. And, yeah, let's see what happens. Don't forget, the March Madness sale is still active over on the iniBuilds website. You can get yourself some really good savings for some incredible airports and add-ons across the iniBuilds fleet. Recommendations for today, it's going to have to be the T-33 jet fighter, which is reduced down to just over €20. This is an exceptionally good aircraft. The T-33 jet trainer, one of the most unique fuel management systems of an aircraft, and you have either the option to fly it in its original steam gauge layout or a modern cockpit with all the modern avionic capabilities such as autopilot and all the rest. So absolutely brilliant stuff here. I would recommend that one for $20. I'm mad, right? $20 gets you that. Another one, an airport I fly in and out of quite a bit, is the iniBuilds Kerry. You can pick that up for just over €10. So do check out the March Madness. Did you fill out your bracket yet? Me bracket? What bracket? Brilliant though. So yeah, do be sure to check that out from iniBuilds, and very much looking forward to their upcoming Liverpool scenery as well. Now, Canadian Flight Sim Studios have released Boundary Bay for Flight Sim 2024. It's one of Canada's busiest airports with Canadian Flight Sim Studios Release. Canadian Flight Sim Studios released their latest project, Boundary Bay Airport, consistently ranked as one of Canada's busiest airports by aircraft movements. It opened in the summer of 1983, and Boundary Airport was designed with general aviation at the top of mind. The airport was constructed to ease congestion over on Vancouver and with the sole purpose of serving general aviation traffic. There's also a number of aircraft maintenance and flight training facilities on the field, as well as the Canada Border Service Agency facility for international arrivals. 2 runways measuring 5,500 feet. The boundary bay is capable of handling business jets and general aviation aircraft of all sizes. Got some pictures here. It does look pretty, this one. Boundary Bay Airport. Do you know what? I'm looking forward to the summer because I want to do a lot of flying in Canada during the summer months, because otherwise it's just snow everywhere, right? But I am very much looking forward to this. Canada is a place I just need to visit. I need to go to Canada. It'll happen someday. But yeah, pretty cool looking here. So it's available right now. It's over on their website. You can pick it up for $19.99 Canadian. And what do we know about it? Accurately modelled FBOs, hangars and terminals, highly detailed apron and taxiway built to current charts, immersive environment, every structure and detail crafted to match the real airport, and very much general aviation focused, ideal for business jets, turboprops, flight training, and of course ideal for sightseeing. You may have Kanzui, did you see what you caused? It started off grand, and then we got to this shagging AI. It's terrible, isn't it? Isn't it terrible? Absolutely terrible. I blame Kanzui. We're going to ban you now, Kanzui. Jeez, we've 87 entrants, look. Bloody hell. Right. Moving along. Buttons need to be pressed. UK 2000. They've brought Portsmouth International Airport. Kilo Papa Sierra Mike. Keys to Microsoft Flight Sim. UK 2000, long been a familiar name in flight sim community, consistently delivering performance-conscious airport add-ons. They've now released one for the northern... There's buttons everywhere. Black Sheep Gene, Jesus, hit the notification bell. It costs nothing. Black Sheep Gene, thank you very much indeed for the super chat donation. Why isn't that alert making a... That should be making all sorts of noise. Stupid thing. I wonder, did I press it? Oh, wait, look. I could have pressed a button now, and that's all shagged. Black Sheep Jane, thank you very, very much indeed, buddy. Cheers, man. He says, press the like button on the gadget, would you? There's a button on the screen, look, but you can't see it. If you like this sort of content, lads, do be sure to press like. You know, hit the little bell if you're watching on YouTube. Thanks a million. You're very good. And I was watching a Twitch stream earlier on. By the way, if anyone has Amazon Prime... Now, this is like a shameless plug, but I'm shameless. If you have Amazon Prime, you may or may not be aware that that comes with a free Prime Twitch subscription. You may have already known this, but if you haven't already known this, and, you know, if you're not using it, just say, me hand, I'm not bashing me hand. Right, if you're not using it, just send it over here. You'll unlock different emotes and things and make me very happy. I use Prime, I'm not giving you my real money. Yeah, thanks, Kanzui, yeah, Jesus. I'm not bashing me hand. Right, but anyway, so if you do have Amazon Prime, they give you a free Twitch Prime thing. You can, you know, press the button. If you want now, you don't have to. You tell me to shag off. Shag off. Right, okay. But anyway, UK 2000, Portsmouth International Airport at is it Pease? Okay, a nautical mile west of Portsmouth in New Hampshire. Ooh, up the northwest of the United States. The origins date back to the 1930s. It opened up as Portsmouth Municipal Airport, a modest 300-acre facility. World War II transformed it into a major military installation, and by 1956 it had become Portsmouth Air Force Base, subsequently renamed Pease Air Force Base in honour of Captain Harl Pease Jr. Ooh. Where is this now? Kieran Niall, thank you very much indeed. I've no alerts working on YouTube. Kieran Niall, thank you very, very much indeed for the super chat. That is truly talented that Murph can hit his hand despite it being so hard to find. You missed a 10. Jesus. Why aren't my alerts working? Hang on. Ooh. Here we go. Oh, Jesus, look, we did. What in the name of... Did I? You saw Black Sheep Jeans. Bloody hell. Flyboy, you absolute mad devil, gifting out 10 memberships on YouTube as well. I'm so sorry I missed that. Thank you very, very much indeed. Flyboy, you legend. Lads, if you got a membership, thanks to Flyboy over on YouTube, do be sure to say thank you. The man is a legend and my buttons aren't working. I don't know how to fix them yet. Let's not press anything. Canada flew there on a Vickers VC10. Ooh. Mike Coffey says, Murph, link please for Boundary Bay Airport. Your father's FBO long ago. Balls. Hang on. I'm after losing my mouse. Link for Boundary Bay. Reopen. There we are. And I'll give you a link to their website. Coming into the chat there now. Up. There it should be. So that's where you can grab it. So yeah, UK 2000's rendition of Portsmouth Municipal Airport. It looks very nice. Look at UK 2000. They have a habit of making what I would class as very kind of photo accurate airports, especially from when you look at reference photographs and then you look down to what you're looking at in the sim. It's very, very good. They've included both the military and civilian side of this airport as well, and it's it looks very pretty. It does look pretty. It's now modelled for Microsoft Flight Simulator with their established house philosophy firmly in place. It's a scenery built for flying, not for sightseeing. So they don't necessarily go into interiors or any of this kind of stuff, right? As usual, Murph shags it again. It's not the reason you have a cat for when you lose your mouse. Oh, very good. Epic Fool, good evening. Yeah, it's always been a good balance. Well said. It's always been a balance of kind of performance and fidelity. Like, they don't go mad into let's go inside the terminal and you can see, Stefan. No, it's very much landing and arrival. Don't spend too much time there, but it will look accurate. It will absolutely look accurate. And that's what they do with their airports. So this one here is available right now. You can pick it up over on Sim Market for about $20. Now, it's a sort of airport. When you're holy frame rates, it's a sort of airport. It's not necessarily going to attract general users who say, this is an airport I need to have. This is primarily aimed at those who are going to be flying in and out of these areas, or maybe you've now said, you know what, this looks like a nice destination I'm going to fly to. That's who I think the target audience is for when it comes to these sort of sceneries. Price for about $20. I mean, they're certainly getting up there, right? Flyboy, thank you very much indeed. I'm so sorry the alerts didn't work. Stupid things. I blame technology, amongst other things. So we'll have to fix that. But yes, so UK 2000, it's out now, and you can pick it up, as I said, for about $20 over on Sim Market. All right. Now let me see. Jay's, is it? How do we pronounce this? Is it Diffler? Diffler? Direct releases Montreal City Pack for Microsoft Flight Simulator, their biggest release yet. Montreal, a visually rich city, and the default Microsoft Flight Sim rendition has long fallen short of doing it justice. The developer's new Montreal release, Diffler's, or DF Flyer. Is it DF Flyer? Really? DF Flyer? Wouldn't that be like a uppercase F? D Flyer? Anyway, they've released it. It looks very impressive. If you haven't come across the developer before, they're worth knowing. They specialise in city and airport add-ons for Microsoft Flight Sim, built around handmade buildings, marinas, animations, and night lighting. The studio was founded in 2024 by a flight simmer with 20 years' experience in the hobby, and releases so far have been distinctly personal in character. So, it's described by the developer as their largest release to date, over 250 handcrafted buildings across the city, along with dozens of structures that are entirely missing from the Sim's default scenery due to the outdated satellite data. Custom marinas, boats and cruise ships have also been added along the waterfront, and the night lighting treatment extends across the entire city. Ooh, let's look at some pictures. I'm digging the night lighting. I read it as DeFlyer, as in Genuas. Good man, Chalks. I think it's DF Flyer. It needs some capitalization. Yes, it does look very nice. Look at this, lads. The night lighting there is superb looking. Beautiful. And these are handcrafted buildings. So similar to what you get with Sam Scene or with the Orbx stuff as well. Very similar. And it's good to see Montreal get some love. you know. A couple of different reviews that I've seen on it say it's the best scenery to date. Ooh, Mr. TPHI. As in like a landmark scenery, yeah? Or scenery for landmarks. Looking at the screenshots included with this article, the results speak for themselves. The daytime aerials show downtown generally resembles that of Montreal's skyline, with recognisable massing around the central businesses at district. The night and dusk shots are where the pack really comes alive. DF Flyer has some great add-ons for Detroit. DF Flyer, Colonel Fork, thank you. So it's DF Flyer. Okay. They're worth grabbing? Sweet. Okay. So the DF Flyer Direct website, let us go over. DF Flyer Direct. Okay, so it's all the one word. So this is $12.99 for Montreal. Jesus. Let's look at this, the before and after. Can you see this on the screen now? You can. Ah, no! 20%. Join our mailing list and get a code for 20% off your first EGNE. So here's the default. You see this? Here's your default. Like, that difference is absolutely savage. Jesus. Daytime default? Yeah, that's absolutely savage. That is amazing. Look at the detail here, look. That is highly impressive. I believe they're also on Contrail. Ooh, nice. Okay. Look at that. Look at the lighting. Oh, we'll need to check this one out. Yep, we need to check this one out. This looks very nice. Gee, look at that. Oh, that's very impressive, lads, isn't it? So Montreal getting all the love. They look real, don't they? So you can get this directly over on their website. $12. You know, it is nice. It's very, very nice. This is beautiful. Montreal, absolutely stunning. And there's photogrammetry for Montreal. So now that you have these, like, especially at night time, those dusk. Look at that. Look at that. Fantastic. I need to start writing down all this stuff. Jeez, we're going to be busy when I come back from my Halliers. No more pictures. Right, now let's have a look. I need to press some buttons. So I need to add this. It's right. DF Flyer Montreal. And then the DO27. We're going to be busy. So there we have it. Moving on. Tai Models. We're checking out this one tonight. Chase, look at the time. They've launched Porto. Ooh, for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it might just be the definitive version. And we know there's other Portos in the works. MK Studios are working on one. But Porto always been one of those airports that punches well above its weight in the flight sim world. Not because of the traffic, though it is a major hub for Ryanair, with EasyJet, Veiling, TAP and others all having a presence there, but also the approach. Sitting close to the Atlantic, this airport can throw some seriously tricky weather at you, from frequent thunderstorms to thick, dense fog, making it a favourite for pilots who want something more engaging. Ooh, we have a video here. It's from Tai Models. It's published by iniBuilds, and you can pick it up for about $18. It's compatible with both 2020 and 2024. We have a video here to show you what it looks like. I better play some music. Ooh, I feel like a bit of 1980s. No, that didn't work. No, that didn't work. Yeah, this works. Let's check out the video, man. Very fancy, doesn't it? So Porto, we're going to be checking this one out a little bit later on tonight's stream, but it's available right now through the iniBuilds store, priced at around $18. We're going to check it out. According to the developer, the scenery features handcrafted PBR ground markings and textures reflecting the airport's most recent layout, including the latest taxiway extensions. The terminal building gets a detailed interior, and the wider airport grounds, including cargo buildings, aprons and taxiways, are recreated using 2024's PBR materials. Ooh. It also has some realistic night lighting. We shall be checking it out very soon. Very, very soon. I'm glad you liked his iBook. Indiana is here. Good to see you. Welcome aboard. Montreal to Detroit flight to check out these add-ons would be in order. Colonel Fork, I like that idea. You may have to get this one. The bridge to Montreal is 15 miles away, says Nace. Ooh. That's pretty good. That is a stonking big, great big difference. Might have to pick that up under 20% code. Freya, absolutely, right? Absolutely. Right. An update. We gave you this bit of news a week or two ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago, about the Captain's Club over at MSFSaddons.com. And I thought it was important that I come back to it because when we gave you the news, they're offering this kind of this perk set if you want to support MSFSaddons.com. And it was, what do you get, right? The good news is they've included more. Lots more. Yorkshire, thank you very much indeed for 3 months, buddy. Jesus. Cheers, buddy. What Vasco has done here, he's now added more to the Captain's Club's perks. And the idea behind this is, if you want to support MSFSaddons.com, he's kind of made it cost neutral. In actual fact, based on the add-ons and the discounts that are going to be available for you, based on your spending, of course, well, this won't cost you anything. Listen on. 2 weeks ago, they launched the Captain's Club with a simple premise: support independent flights and media and get a selection of cool benefits like add-on discounts and giveaways, a cleaner ad-light experience, and exclusive intel to the Captain's scope. These are the features. The feedback received has been very positive and reassuring from both our readers and developers, and they've continued those conversations to secure even more exclusive perks for subscribers. And today, well, they're happy to announce 3 major new partners joining the initial lineup. So new additions to the hangar. Carinado. Carinado, as a founding partner starting in April, are going to be introducing the monthly hangar drop. This is how it works. Every month, there's going to be a random draw where 3 lucky winners from the entire Captain's Club member list. Each winner will receive a code to claim any one of the aircraft of their choice from the Carinado web store. That's pretty cool. Automatic entry, you don't need to fill out any forms. Web store selection, note that these rewards are for aircraft available directly on the Carinado web store, right? Marketplace not included. And monthly winners will be announced on the 1st of every month. They've also got involved with Pimax, and for VR pilots looking for the ultimate version, they've partnered with Pimax. Members can now access massive hardware discounts up to $80 off the Crystal Series headsets, free DMAS audio upgrade worth €99, right? And it's a direct-to-rep perk ensuring you get personal service for your upgrade. Then they've also teamed up with SimInstructor.ai. The first month is for free. Sharpen your skills with the world's first AI-powered flight instructor. Whether you're learning a new airframe, practicing emergency procedures, captains now get their first month of SimInstructor for free. And then the growing other stuff: Contrail 15% off, SayIntentions 10% off, and Got Friends exclusive monthly rewards. There's tons of stuff here, and I just thought it was important to let you know it wasn't the case of Vasco has gone off and made this new perk, where you support his website. He's putting a lot back into it. So yeah, great stuff there, Vasco. Great to see the amount of work gone into this. So very well done. Very, very well done. Crewmate A350. This is a free open source virtual co-pilot for the iniBuilds A350. The A350, one of the standout aircraft for Flight Sim 2024 since it's released. It's complex, it's detailed, it's a divil for leading, the fuel tank cover open, and it rewards pilots who want to fly it properly. What it doesn't come with, though, is a co-pilot. And for anyone who has sat through the full turnaround solo, running the checklist mentally or skipping them all together, well, you know how a helping hand can be useful. That's exactly the problem developer Marcio Arujo set out to solve with crewmate A350. It's a free open source virtual first officer companion built specifically for the iniBuilds A350. The project draws inspiration from established tools like FS2 Crew, but it takes a different path. Everything here is free. The code is public on GitHub, and anyone can contribute, much in the spirit of projects like Fly-by-Wire. The core idea here is voice interaction. Crewmate listens for spoken commands during the flight and it responds with audio callouts, just as a real first officer would. The developer says that the app handles a broad range of cockpit actions by voice, including gear and flap calls, with built-in speed checks, anti-ice commands, lights, autopilot engagement, and flight control checks. All voice processing is done locally, so nothing is sent to external servers. Beyond individual commands, crewmate also supports automated flows, triggered by voice or manually through the app interface. They cover most phases of a typical turnaround: electric power up, cold and dark, before start, after start, before takeoff, climb, descent through 10,000 feet, after landing, and shut down. Each flow runs through a sequence of cockpit actions on the user's behalf. The checklist system works on a challenge and response format, with the first officer reading each item aloud and then waits for a verbal reply. 3 AI-generated voice packs are included, and the developer says users can even add in their own. It's worth being clear about crewmate is at this stage. Marcio is open about it. It's not a finished product. He has released it publicly now, specifically because solo testing has limits, and he wants feedback from real A350 flyers. Bug reports, SOP corrections, and contributions to the code are also welcome. For a free tool built by one person in their spare time, it is pretty, well, cool to check this out. So you can download it over on flightsim.to. I'll give you the link. Now, if you're interested in this sort of stuff, I do have to give a shout out to SayIntentions. They also have this built in, and not only did I have it built in, with SayIntentions, you can actually build this into any aircraft, right? Because it uses the checklists, and you can use your Copilot, and you have different voices. You can select different characters, yours truly as well. But what SayIntentions does, you can actually create this sort of an experience to any aircraft in the sim. Depending on what you want your Copilot to do, they can read back the checklist. They can just they can what is it? They'll call the checklist and wait for your response before moving on. They can just read through the checklists, or they can go fully automated, meaning that you can ask them, hey, lower the gear. They'll lower the gear. Turn on the landing light. They'll turn on the landing light. There's many profiles built already. You can just download them, or you go off and you create your own. And that's all part of SayIntentions, what they can do. But if you only want it for the one aircraft, this looks like a good option, especially if it's free. Give it a shot and see what happens. But if you're interested in this sort of stuff, it is worth mentioning that SayIntentions have a huge, massive setup already in place, and it gives you the tools to create your own. Pretty awesome, absolutely awesome. You can configure it in such a way your Copilot will say "Das right," for every, rather than saying "check," "Das right." That's right. Hey, Jesus, that's right again. Right. So you can do all these things. Old veteran, welcome back, buddy. Nick says, my question would be, how independent will MSFS add-ons remain if they're partnering with MSFS devs? What's in it for the devs? It's a fair question, Nick. I mean, I think we all live in the world, or we do live in the world. Welcome to planet Earth. We all live in a world. There are so many, media outlets, content creators, YouTubers. Like there's loads of us. There's lots of saturation there, right? The reality is this: if for whatever reason, you become very heavily biased to one program or one developer, or your integrity. This is my view. Your integrity is everything. It has to be. Yeah, I get very excited when I see things that I like. I get very excited when I see things that I don't like. But I always try and keep, I'll always try to be honest. Your integrity is everything. If I go out and say, hey, you should get this because it's the best thing ever, and then you grab it and you have like the worst experience ever, it's highly unlikely you're going to come back. Highly unlikely. You might come back and call me an idiot, but then that's it. I don't want that, right? I wouldn't want that. I don't want, I'm not going to look at things and say, hey, this is supposed to be very good. I'll go try it and it's not good at all. So like, that's so vitally important. And I think, collectively, we all consume this content, be it live videos or, reading reports online and whatnot. We all consume the content. We know ourselves now. We know the story. If something isn't what it seems, or, if we just see something is being told, oh, this is brilliant, when really it's not. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like guilty party number one. I get very excited when I see cool things. I get, oh, this is brilliant. Right, I do. But like, I'll always try and do my due diligence. If something's absolutely crap, and it's happened once or twice, if maybe it wasn't fully ready yet, or it wasn't great, right? I do battle with that a lot. But but everything's fantastic, Murph. Yeah, I'll get me coat. Everything's fantastic. It's going to be down to your preference. But integrity is everything. You have to be honest. The reports I've read from Vasco.
Can I get a refund?
No, you can't get a refund. Shag off. I've never come across that, and that Vasco has said that I've deemed he's absolutely wrong there. Like, that's just false. You know what I mean? People can have opinions. So it's a great question. Colonel Fork says, Murph, I'll come back and call you in Egypt for free and still come back. Brilliant. Abdul, good to see you, buddy. Welcome aboard. There's not much that Murph could do to keep us from calling him an Egypt. No, that's very true. That's very true. Egypt number one. Head honcho, Egypt number one, right? But I do think it's very important. Like, integrity is everything. And I like, do warning to everyone. I get very excited when I see cool things in flight sim. I get very excited when I see developers passionate about something. It excites me because I'm thinking, Jesus, here's someone pouring whatever it is that they have, and that's all on different levels, right? But whatever it is that they have, they're pouring it into it to make our hobby better. I love this, man. I absolutely love this. Because our hobby, it's an amazing hobby. It's weird and wonderful and high tech, and there's science, and it's fun as well. It's an amazing hobby, So, yeah. Credibility is everything. Who's the worst dev then, Murph? Scenery. What? Did I say that out loud? Well, actually, when I say Scenery, Scenery is either, Gru, because he's an evil genius, or, I don't know. Like, unfortunately, we have a handful of devs. Them other lads, Simfetter, like there's devs there, and it's not like slating devs, but like there's certain people we all know. Just stay away. Like, you just don't necessarily want to be entertaining that line of inquiry. Do you know? And a lot of great people. Indeed, there is. As a dev, I would be disappointed if you didn't call me out on something if it was bad. Honest feedback helps me, and I'd rather be told so I can fix it than the customers. Rather than having the customers be disappointed. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Look what Gibbo did now. Yeah, he shagged it now. But you get the idea. Developers, any developer that I've spent time with, and there's a lot of developers I don't even talk to, right? There's developers who I do spend time with, and they're very open to feedback. Very open. Be nice to people. People will be nice to you. It's the number one rule, lads. Just be nice. Just be nice. Do you know? Jesus, look, we're after getting raided by Kenko. Mother of Jesus. Welcome in, raiders. We were having a heated conversation about developers and things. But you're very welcome in, look. Jesus is right. Good to see you, lads. I hope you had a great stream. Welcome aboard. We're almost finished the news. Still have lots of news. I should really wear a shirt and tie. Gather round, right? And how did they make you feel, Murph?
Allow myself to introduce
myself.
Myself.
Oh, there are dev really not open to feedback. Yeah, there really is. It's about valid, constructive criticism rather than simply bashing something. Yeah, agreed. Like, it's so easy to, when you see a certain developer or any developer, it's very easy, for you to, you want to call them out. What the hell is this? But like, just be nice. Doesn't cost you anything, right? It's actually, it's harder to be, angry. It requires more effort. You have to like get into Karen mode. Just be nice, And then, you award them every opportunity to be nice, and if they don't, well, then you fucking slate them, do you know? Microsoft Flight Sim, welcome in. Murph, hi there. What's this we say if we want a refund? Shag off. Right, just finished eating PC Game Pass. Ooh. 100% what the person said. Also a dev, and any dev worth their salt want constructive criticism. We want our aircraft to be good. Yeah. It's not even criticism, it's just feedback. Just feedback. Like, that's why I have a real kind of pet peeve when it comes to the current marketplace, with the ratings. And I know what they were trying to do, as in you have the long time rating versus a current rating. But, like, how is it that M Scenery have add-ons in there that are 5 stars? I mean, do you know what I mean? What? How did that happen? Who in the right mind said, this is brilliant, it's the best thing ever? On the same page that would have something from like friggin' iniBuilds or Just Flight or, you know what I mean? Madness. But anyway, that's what we're up against, lads. Easy to have a lot of Xbox accounts, but even the Xbox guys, I mean, even as an Xbox pilot, to spend like 10 quid on it boggles belief. It really does. Some devs, their whole business plan is to get as much crap out and quality rather than quantity. Yeah, some do that. 100%. Some do that. Open markets and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, very interesting. But anyway, we move on. But this would be a great conversation over a couple of pints. Yeah, right. No, I mean, one people can have many Xbox accounts. Yes, they can. Yeah. But anyway, M Scenery staff voting for the work, probably. Maybe. Chaos, good to see you. I'd love to meet them. I'd say they're great crack. Your man's a genius, look. How'd you do it? But yeah, we'll see what happens. Gibbo, good man yourself. He knows exactly what he's done. But anyway, we move on. While we're here, by the way, lads, we're doing a giveaway. What? Yes, we're doing a giveaway. Oh, jeez. And for what it is, your chance to win a item from flightsimtees.com. Fancy hoodie or zuddy or t-shirt. And all you need to do is ramble over to our Discord, join our Discord, ! Discord, into Discord, go to start here, click on the shamrock, go down to giveaway, and then click on the party pop thingy majiggy that says giveaway, and ignore everything else that's just gone into this mother of Jesus, that's just gone into this channel, right? Gibbo entered. Man Gibbo, right? Look at the did! To be fair though, right, AI, that channel is live for about 6 minutes, and this is what they get up to. Create a Discord, Murph. Be grand, they said. Be great, they said, right? Jesus. Trox, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, buddy. Welcome in. Right, you need some Two Tom Murphy merch in my life, right? See us at FS Weekend with all the merch. Crocs and things. Anyway, Sim Wiki Map. Here's something new for Flight Sim 2024. Brings Wikipedia to your cockpit tablet. Ooh. There's a particular kind of pilot who can't help but wonder about the world scrolling beneath their wings. This has to be aimed at Gibbo. Not just where they were, but what is there. Learn about the history. Gibbo's all about the history. That town hugging the river bend. How old is it? That airstrip cut into the plateau. Who owns it? And for that pilot, Sim Wiki Map is the add-on they didn't know they were waiting for. Released on flightsim.to as a free community folder drop, SimWiki Map is a simple curiosity engine that gives Flight Sim users some insights about the world below. It lives entirely inside of the 2024 EFB. There's no external executable, no background server, no SimConnect dependency. The interface is a highly detailed moving map powered by OpenStreetMap tile data, which means that the cartography is current, global, consistent, and sharp at close range. The magic happens when you click on any city or town or village marker, and the panel surfaces a Wikipedia summary alongside a representative photo. Click on an airport and you'll get an instant technical briefing. ICAO and IATA identifiers, field elevation, ownership classification, and the full Wikipedia info box were available. It's a quick cockpit browser for the world beneath you, and without ever feeling like one. Look at that, that's actually kind of cool. All about a stone wall. I like this idea. Cork City. Did they know, like, I'd be looking at this and they had to put it in Cork? Cork, the Irish Cork, right, or Corky, is the second largest city in the Republic of Ireland, the county town of County Cork, the largest city in the province of Munster, and the third largest on the island of Ireland. At the 2022 census, it had a population of 224,000. The city centre is an island between two channels of the River Lee. Right, they must have known. Great idea, though. So, yeah, it's freeware for the PC. Ideal for career mode, perhaps. And you can download it over on flightsim.to. I'll give you a link. We'll put that into the chat. We learned this yesterday. Yeah, well, I told you all about Cork. No, we weren't in Cork yesterday. Shag off, CP. But anyway, great stuff. Now, SimRadar 21, it's a new open source VATSIM map. Ooh. So I use VATSIM Radar or VATSIM-Radar. I think it's a wonderful website. And there is a version 2 coming out soon. But this is different. The VATSIM network monitoring space has been well served for years. Tools like VATSIM Radar and VATSpy have built loyal followings, and for good reason. So when something new shows up claiming to offer a fresh take, well, the natural first reaction from the community is a fair one. Why? That was literally one of the first responses on Reddit when SimRadar 21 launched earlier this month. But the follow-up has been largely positive, with the community praising both the design and the features on offer. SimRadar 21 is a new VATSIM network monitoring tool built by Sebastian Krull, a self-described non-professional programmer who started the project as a side hobby toward the end of last year. Everything was self-taught, built step by step out of curiosity and a love for aviation and technology. It officially entered public beta earlier this month and has picked up a wave of positive reactions in just a few days. It's free, it's open source, and it does look good. SimRadar isn't trying to replace the tools people already use, and Sebastian says as much himself on the project's website. The goal was never to reinvent the wheel, but there are a handful of things here that the established options don't currently offer, and those are the bits worth paying attention to. Navigraph integration goes a step beyond what you typically find on tools of this kind. You can view planned routes and blocked gates, but SimRadar 21 also lets you edit your own SIDS and STAR procedures during an active flight. What's different here is that those changes sync to the cloud and become visible to other users on the map, even when ATC is offline. For situational awareness on lightly staffed portions of the network, well, that is useful. I would agree, that is useful. Jimmy is here, good to see you. The real-world flight matching is another feature that stands out. When a pilot files a SimBrief flight plan with a real valid aircraft registration, SimRadar 21 cross-references an open-source fleet database and matches it to real-world aircraft. So instead of just seeing a filed type code, you'll actually see an aircraft along with the data in the pilot panel. You can also search for flights by registration rather than just looking up a call sign, which opens up some interesting possibilities for plane spotters on the network. Flight replays are stored for up to 7 days with extended periods planned in future updates, and the multi-view mode, which lets you switch between single and split view with one click, has been well received. The latest update, which just dropped, also added VAT Glasses integration and planespotters.net support, 2 additions that are likely to resonate with regular VATSIM users. What's coming next? Well, the roadmap through the end of April already looks busy. Still to come are Navigraph airport layout with taxiway and runway details, pending approval from Navigraph, a notification and user score system, a friends and favourites tracking feature, and community voted additions. Fast position refresh is also on the list, contingent on VATSIM granting server access. So, I'll give you a link. Go check it out, see what it is you think, and do let us know. Flyboy, hello, hello. So, Carl, hello, hello. That's pretty cool looking. Now, Rosefire announced the A108 display panel, the PFD and EWD, and teases the Pro version of the A320 overhead panel. Rosefire has been building a reputation as one of the more accessible options in the home cockpit hardware space, particularly among Airbus sim pilots looking for physical overhead panels without the steep price tags of the established competitors. The first of the two announcements is the A108, a combined PFD and EWD display panel aimed at Airbus sim pilots. The product page describes it as it's compatible with the A320, A350 and A380, as well as the Boeing 737 and 777, and it lists Microsoft Flight Sim X-Plane and P3D as supported platforms. To be priced at $360, the 108 is not available for sale yet, but at least we know it's on the way. Looking at the images, the A108 appears to be a wide, slim panel designed to sit on a desk using fold-out stands with a clean surface facing the user. Now, I'm going to give you my feedback on this like almost immediately. He's ready. Two things. Numero uno, the price for what is a screen
Hello there.
is off the friggin' charts. You can buy yourself something on Amazon for like, you know, a third of the price. It's $360, right? Secondly, the screen here is terribly important because, well, whoever took the picture, and you know, do you see how shiny the thing is? Now, maybe there's a plastic cover on it. I don't know. But that is the last thing you want in your flight sim setup. You don't want a highly reflective screen because these screens are tilted back, meaning any light you have on the ceiling is now going to be blasting into it. We'll need to check these out. I think these guys are going to be at FS Weekend. This is interesting. So there's probably software running behind it. Yeah, Xenon Edge is actually cheaper. Xenon Edge is like $20 cheaper or $30 cheaper, right? And the Xenon Edge is a touchscreen. What we're saying is, well, let's go to the product page. It's already sold out. Update, not available, click notify me. Okay, but what do we know about it? Is that it? Ah. Okay, so we got some pictures. Okay, so you get buttons on it. Master warning, master caution, GPS warning, or GPWS warning, takeoff configuration, STS. Okay, so we got some buttons on it. Right, okay. Buttons are always good, right? What else do we have? The screen layout. You see, I wonder will this do its own software when it comes to, you know, the pop-out manager, or are these their own... Are these their own avionics? If they're their own avionics, well, now it's becoming a different bit of hardware altogether. And the reason being is PMDG don't let you pop out their panels properly. You know what I mean? It does look pretty cool. Yeah, no, it does look cool. It's more than just a screen. They have some buttons on it. But I wonder, there's no video. I wonder, is there software driving this to give you these displays? Or is Windows just going to say, yeah, it's another monitor, you can drag and drop them? If it's drag and drop, for that price, it's nuts. Yeah, you have a couple of buttons. But like, put it this way, lads. For that price, you would buy yourself a monitor and a Stream Deck Plus and still have money, you know, to buy a McDonald's on the way home. I'm just saying, right? So, yeah, we'll need to see what this is all about. These guys, I think, are going to be at FS Weekend, so I need to check it out. It's cool seeing this sort of hardware coming along. It really is. Don't forget, these guys gave us the overhead panels, so this is pretty awesome. But I need to know a little bit more about it, on how it works. You know, are the buttons graphics? No, they're 3D and they're backlit. You know. So yeah, it'd be interesting. Why is everything so expensive? Well, to be honest, a lot of it isn't, right? A lot of it isn't, because you go back friggin' 10 years, less. Go back about 10 years ago, and like flight sim add-ons, when it came to hardware, literally cost thousands of euro. Thousands, right? The prices are really coming down well, you know? I can't get used to the 2024 over the new keybind system. You're not alone in that, Milky. A lot of people struggle there, you know?
Oh, Jesus.
But spend a bit of time in it, you will get there, you know? Yeah, new McDonald's Archer sandwich, is there? Wind control, I don't think their products are expensive. No, they're not. They're really not. Drummer, good to see you. English is hard. It is. We'll have to check this out at FS Weekend. As far as I know, they're going to be there. I'm almost certain they're going to be there. So we'll see. Greg, good to see you. Murph, are you going across the pond for Flight Sim in June? Yes, sir. Flight Sim Expo. Greg, yes, that's the plan. Okay, Yorkshire, we won't mention that. Interesting stuff here. We'll keep an eye on this. Next up then is the 107 Pro being announced, currently seeking community input regarding the design phase. According to the developer, feedback on button feel, backlight effects, layout, and other design choices will directly impact and influence on the product. This is what they have so far. No pricing yet. So, I've never used one, so like I'm not entirely sure where they're at, you know. Jeremy says, what do you think of the Caravan Pro? Awesome. Very, very good. Very, very good. Highly recommend it. The panel appears to cover the full range of A320 overhead sections, adheres fire suppression for both engines, APU fuel, electrical bleed air, anti-ice, lighting controls, and more. It is a comprehensive layout for Airbus simmers, building out a more complex setup. Looks interesting. Just wait for Expo. Wind control might show something. Yeah. They're at FS Weekend and Expo, yeah. The GSX remove any stair models? Pedro, I'm not sure, buddy. Thanks for the follow, mate. Right, Rosefire. Yeah, we'll have to get in front of them. Sim Update 5 promises important improvements to the VR experience in 2024. Since Microsoft Flight Sim was released, the virtual reality community has been on a bit of a roller coaster. While the new engine brought incredible detail, it also brought heavy demands that left even high-end PCs struggling. However, for those pushing the limits of fidelity with headsets like the Pimax Crystal series, well, the current Sim Update 5 beta hints at smooth performance pilots have been waiting for. VR, particularly unforgiving when it comes to frame rate. For simmers on mid-tier hardware, it's often frustrating juggling all the settings to get that acceptably smooth experience. Thankfully, early feedback from Sim Update 5 Beta suggests that the stutterfest many experience in dense areas like London or New York has been finally tamed. They're now showing foveated rendering at a rendering scale of 50, a massive jump to those in the 1% or in the 1% lows, moving from 13.9 to a much more stable 25. The improvements for yourself in the video below. Island Sim Pilot puts the Sim Update 5 Beta through its paces with the Just Flight Warrior. Pay close attention to the landing approach where frame rate stability is most critical. So if he's in VR, it's never easy looking at VR footage. I get that, but we're looking for kind of. Well, to be honest, I never really had issues when it came to the the smoothness. But you do have to do a bit of tweaking with settings. Definitely, you really need to spend a bit of time with your settings in order to do that. You know. So yeah, looking forward to more. Foveated rendering deserves a section on its own. Introduced back in Sim Update 2, it has continued to mature. VR hasn't been too bad, but yeah, always room for improvement. Yeah, 100%. No release date yet for Sim Update 5, but I imagine we're going to get a bit of an update at FS Weekend. Microsoft taken to the stage first on the Saturday, which is a savage segue, look. So at FS Weekend, at the FS Elite stage, confirmed speakers and guests. So throughout the weekend, seminars from Microsoft, Wind Control, Bluebird, Navigraph, On Air, Meridian, Aerosoft and Tolus, Moza, Virtual Fly, Tailstrike, Vector, Excellence Air, and Fly-by-Wire simulations. Further to the seminars from the above, there's also going to be intermission slots with games, quizzes, and chances to win prizes. Gibbo will win, and Muse will take. Silver, not today, buddy, not today. There's also trailers coming to us from the likes of Xcraft, TFDI Design, Flight Effects, Simulations, Aerosoft, and more. Some of these trailers are going to be new product announcements. Ooh, nice. So the schedule on Saturday, 10:30 in the morning is going to be Microsoft, 11 o'clock Wind Control, 11:40 is Bluebird, Navigraph are on at 12, On Air are on at 12:30, then Meridian are on at 2 o'clock, Aerosoft and Tolus at 3 o'clock, and then Moza at 3:30. On Sunday, Virtual Fly, Tailstrike, Vector, Excellence Air, and Fly-by-Wire complete the list. And the full schedule is there as well. I can't wait. It's going to be great. It's going to be brilliant. Now, in the last bit of news, Nimbus Simulations sharing some of their 707 screenshots. This is an aircraft on the way to X-Plane 12. So they released a couple of more screenshots of their upcoming Boeing 707. Looking very nice, I have to say. Roy says, sim update 5 beta behaves good. Performance during approach is good as well. Ooh, nice. Nice. An hour from Meridian. Yeah, it's going to be... we'll see. We're rooting for Nikki. Hopefully Meridian will give us a bit of a show. Man, that 707 looks cool, doesn't it? That's going to be interesting. So, yeah, they're hard at work, our Nimbus simulations on their upcoming 707. Looks the job, though. Now, Laminar Research releasing X-Plane 12.4.1, an open beta. Basically, what they're trying to improve is the aircraft systems, some scenery performance, and the SDK. One of the notable additions has been the fully simulated ram air turbine to their Airbus A330. The A330 and X-Plane from Laminar, it's very good. Very, very good. Let me see. The other major update for X-Plane is the new Honeycomb aeronautical hardware profiles out of the box. They'll just work. So over 300 airports have been added via the X-Plane Airport Gateway. I believe one of those is from Roy for Maastricht. So yeah, great stuff there for X-Plane. New add-on for X-Plane, X-Dispatch. It adds World Map Flight Launcher and an add-on manager to X-Plane 12. A new freeware utility called X-Dispatch has been released for X-Plane 12, offering a World Map Explorer, flight launcher, and add-on management tools designed to simplify the process of preparing and launching flights. The external companion app features an interactive global map that allows users to visually explore airports across the sim without needing to know an ICAO code in advance. The tool also integrates with SimBrief, enabling pilots to import the flight plan directly into the application. Once loaded, the route can be displayed on the map alongside the operational information such as fuel planning, aircraft weight and data, and so on. It also includes live flight tracking, supporting using X-Plane's WebSocket API, which allows the application to display the aircraft's real-time position, altitude, speed, heading, and vertical speed on the map. Beyond the planning tools, the app also features an add-on manager capable of detecting installed X-Plane directories and helping users organize aircraft and scenery add-ons. The software reads native simulator data files, including airport layouts and nav data, providing a more complete overview. It's available right now as a free download over at the xplane.org forum. Ooh, I do like the UI here. So it's running its own little kind of mapping system. And you're able to kind of keep track of your add-ons and whatnot. Like there is an add-ons linker equivalent over an X-Plane as well. I like that with the gates. We might have to give that an old shot. Interesting UI. And having your Navigraph will do this for your flight as well. But this is interesting. We must have a look. It has a ton of nav data. You can follow weather as well. Live traffic, VATSIM traffic network overlay. That's pretty cool. It does look nice, yeah, that does look nice. Great stuff there. Now, where are we at? SayIntentions. Why did they open up and then close? Close that. Right, SayIntentions. What do we have here? A couple of things, right? Hang on there now. So, what SayIntentions have brought... last week, they brought a number of fixes, of course, across the platform. They've added now their version 2.5 AI voices to UK traffic. So if you're flying on SayIntentions in and around the UK, you're going to start hearing all these new generation voices, and some of them are absolutely incredible. So they're all up and running. They've been deployed across SayIntentions. A number of fixes gone in, bug fixes and so on, right? But I want to let you know of this kind of new area that we have from SayIntentions, and it is that of the knowledge base. So this new knowledge base that they've launched, it's KB knowledge base, kb.sayintentions.ai, and it covers pretty much everything. How do you figure out or how do you find out about something? So you can see, is it onboarding, any questions, the knowledge base, information for developers, or if you need support. And some of these come down to onboarding could be, how do I get it installed? What do I need? What's going to happen with our first flight? What are the settings I need to use in the sim? Is there a quick reference guide I can, get an idea of what to say to ATC? All that is here. And so it's a full onboarding guide, right? But there's far more than that. If you were to go in, say, for example, with the checklists, well, how do checklists work? So you get a quick start guide or a full FAQ. You can also get a full tutorial, right? Basically, it's all of the features that SayIntentions have, because there are so many features there. The knowledge base has been created to assist folks navigating all the systems that SayIntentions has. And I got to say, it's done very, very well. And it's broken down. I mean, you have FAQs, quick documents, you have more in-depth study guides, there's videos, there's all that jazz in there. Do check it out. If there's anywhere you might be struggling, or maybe you're not fully aware of just all the features that are available in SayIntentions, well, do be sure to check this out. It covers everything from SkyOps, Skynet, all the jazz. All the jazz. So you need to check it out. They've done a great job here. So it's kb.sayintentions.ai. You know, Aaron, yes indeed, I will be at FS Weekend. Yes indeed. Now there's something else they're working on. I'll have more news on this. We'll probably hear more news about this at FS Weekend. But I thought this was pretty cool. Brian put out a post to say they're experimenting. They're working on a bit of stuff. But basically what this is, it's going to be supporting true pop-up IF4. Now, what do you mean by pop-up IF4? Let's say, for example, you're flying VF4, and then all of a sudden the weather's closing in, or, do you know what? I want to head to that airport. You can now, you know, in their experiment, or they're working on it, experimenting with this, you will at some stage be able to call up ATC and request an IF4 route from the air, right? And just as what would happen in the real world, ATC will come back to you and ask you to report when ready to take down the route. They will give you a route, you write it back, right? And then you transition from VF4 into IF4. This is something that happens quite a lot, especially with general aviation aircraft. You could be flying VF4, suddenly then, you know, I need to go here instead, or the weather starts closing in. Jesus, I need to go IF4, and I haven't been able to file it. There's a way to file it then directly with SayIntentions, just as you do in the real world. There's none of this pre-filing business. You can ask ATC for, I need an IF4 plan here. They'll give you all the details, you write down the waypoints, you read it back to them, and then that flight becomes active. Pretty cool. You've often seen it the opposite way. You've often seen IF4 going into VF4, visual approach and all this kind of stuff. This is the opposite. And this could be absolutely brilliant. For example, you would have something like this. Oakland Centre, Diamond 67 Bravo Mike, 2 miles northwest at the peak at 12,000. Clouds are rolling in. Request IF4 clearance to San Francisco. And just like real life, ATC will come up with a route for you, clear you for the route, give you a squawk, and then clear you en route without paperwork, right? Additionally, because this feature leverages your SimBrief account, you'll be able to immediately import the new flight plan ATC provides you into your avionics. That's what they're working on. It's kind of news hot off the shelf. We'll hopefully have some more information about this over the coming days. But this is pretty massive, lads. Pretty massive, especially for those. After calling Bay Approach, remain clear, class Bravo, right? But this is what happens in the real world. And like, you could, like this, I've yet to see, you could ask on VATSIM. I've never seen it done though. Usually you would file IF4 and then you will depart VF4 and then pick up your IF4 plan when airborne. I've never seen I need an IF4 plan. I'm sure a controller will help you out, but it's great to see this coming into SayIntentions, because this is where the world really does start bridging that gap. You could be out flying what you think is decent weather, and then all of a sudden the forecast didn't get this right, and now I need to do a thing. Now I need to call for an IF4, you know? Normally we'll tell them to go file. Go file your flight plan, come back to us when it's done. They will inquire as to your aircraft capabilities. In the real world, they might. But if you're looking for IF4, I mean, as a pilot, you're not going to look for an IF4 flight if you're not IF4 capable. You know what I mean? And that comes down to the pilot license as well. You may not be instrument rated. Can't call for instrument flight rules if you're not instrument rated. If you do, there will be a phone number for you to copy, you know? Fornax, you can file a Z plan, VF4 to IF4. So you can do, but that's where you pick up your IF4 clearance in the air. Do you know what I mean? That becomes an emergency. Agreed, Scott, agreed. Hayden is here. Good to see you, buddy. Welcome aboard. So I think that's pretty cool. Great stuff. Once again, from SayIntentions, like they're very progressive of what they're working on here. And that is something that can really change your flight experience. You're flying VF4, then all of a sudden, hey, I need to now get an IF4 flight here. And it doesn't have to be miles or miles, right? Be interesting to see how they figure it out. Because, like, you're going to be low altitude airways. You could go high altitude, depending on your aircraft. But this offers a new dimension to your flying, especially having that capability now that I could transition IFR here if I need to. You know, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Great stuff from SayIntentions. Again, we'll catch up with the lads over at FS Weekend. It's going to be absolutely class. Cannot wait for it. Now, right, lads, we're finally here. It's time to press some buttons. The Microprose B-17 Flying Fortress. We flew this 2 weeks ago, and unfortunately, they broke the model, the flight model. But now, fortunately, they have fixed the flight model, amongst other things. So, what they've done, this update represents a substantial update to the B-17. Substantial, right? They've done a lot of work here, and kudos to the team and the testers for getting so much work done in this aircraft, because you kind of said it 2 weeks ago. I was like, Jay, look, it's an aircraft that demands that extra bit of oomph, right? Let's talk about it. So they have fixed a number of things. The engine RPM corrections, the propeller corrections, the update of the apron and runway start profiles. The flight model configuration has been completely rewritten from scratch. This has a brand new flight model from scratch. Weight and balance corrections, center of gravity corrections, static pitch corrections. The ground handling has been improved. The aircraft geometry corrections, aerodynamic corrections, no more left drag, which was like, right? Flight tuning, drag, trim adjustments, and also flap corrections. They've also fixed the hydraulic systems. They fixed the pneumatic systems, the vacuum pump corrections and remapping. Groundwork for advanced radio functions has been laid out in the code, so we're going to be expecting more simulation there. They've also added in autopilot functions in the code as well. So we can currently be able to use that with third-party tools. Eventually it'll be coming in to the cockpit controls directly. They've added contrails for high-altitude flying. The APU put-put functionality has been added. Interior lights are now working, and we're going to show you them because they're absolutely insane. And they've added a number of liveries, including that of Blood and Guts, Sally B, which is this one, Big Poison. The crew goggles no longer going away when the crew is not enabled. They fixed that. They fixed the texture issues on the pilot side. They fixed the parking brake text not following the handle. They fixed bomb visibility stacking. It now stacks at 2,000, 4,000, 6,000 and 8,000 for a total of 8 visible bombs. They've added the missing emissive meshes at light sources. So remember the lights, there's like holes in it. No, I think, isn't it not Sally B on the side? I'm afraid to go to the far side, Scott. Are you going to make me go to this side? Is this not Sally B? It is Sally B. I can't show you because it wouldn't be very stream friendly. At Sally B on this side, if you know the aircraft, you know what the nose art is, right? You know, paint me like one of your French models, Jack. It's Sally B on the other side, right? But I didn't want to go there straight away because, like, yeah, right. But anyway, what else? The parking brake, yeah, that was done. They fixed the rain on the gauge glass, finally. Changed the colour of the interior lights. Added warning indicators for your vacuum and the tail wheel. Added the functioning fluorescent dimmable light. Fixed the compass and heading indicator because they were completely off. Added emissive mesh to the exterior landing lights. And added missing sounds to a number of switches. There has been a barrel load of updates. It's available over now on Just Flight. And like, there's probably features you probably haven't caught before, but I mean, even looking at the wheels here, like, I mean, there is features on this aircraft. LOD is still struggling, right? It's just, they're struggling with the LOD with the aircraft. Not much you can do there until they kind of crack the code. But like, the LOD needs work. It just does. So I don't know how they're going to manage to fix that or what they're going to do or how they're going to do it. It just needs work. But at the moment, flying this thing up close and personal, it's gotten a lot better. So we jump into the cockpit. And as I said, a couple of things have been fixed all around. And it's when I first saw this, you know, when it was released, it was nice. It's getting better and better. And the reason why we're covering this tonight, this is a substantial update. It's not just like, oh yeah, it's a little patch they brought out. No, they've fixed a ton of stuff here, right? So let me see. Let's have let's have a gawk down here. So I'll come down to our electrical. Up you divil you. Battery. We have sounds. Inverter. That's okay. Gens. I probably don't need them till after I start, but should be grand. Let me see here now. Prop. Mixture. I mean, this might work, right? We'll see what happens. Ignition systems. So we're saying on. Cow flaps, leave them alone for the moment. Booster pumps. And let's see what happens. We've 1, 2, 3. Only 3. B-17, yeah, such a great airplane. Who's hoovering? Hoof, 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 hoof. Bit of power. Sounds good, doesn't it? Come on, Betsy. Right. The bomb bay is open as well, yeah. Where is the switch for that, actually? Okie dokie. So we have some options down here, a little tablet. Enable GPS, crew visibility. Turn that on. Here's our crew. The big red panel. Oh, look! Jesus! That's loud! Well, it is a B-17, Merv. P-47, best fighter. So we have our bomb bays in there now, look. Easy now. Easy now. You get the idea, right? Isn't that class looking, isn't it? Deadly. Right. What we want to do is show you the night lighting. Because this is class. Now, where's me buttons? There's me torch. There is... that. So they're the panel lights. Look at these lights, like the state, right? The state. Can we just for a moment appreciate the absolute hack of that lighting? Look.
Oh, Jesus.
Right? Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? And they're all dimmable. I mean, you can go bananas in this stuff. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? And the reflections on the glass. UV lights and a dome light as well, yeah. Yeah, isn't it gorgeous, isn't it? Like, the lighting they've put into this, it is excellent. Excellent. When was the last time you saw that? Panel lights, so we can turn off the floodlights. Like, you see how customizable this is? Isn't that something else, lads, isn't it? Exterior lights as well. Good shout. There we go. So before these were shagged. Radium, yeah, nothing like it. The landing lights were shagged on this before. You know, it was an LOD issue, but they've now added them. And you might be saying, James, there's not many lights in this thing. Correct. Literally landing lights. Don't worry about beacons or strobes or any of that jazz. Not at all. You know. It's just done very, very well. Not that you'd have night vision, but you get the idea. Isn't it cool? I think they've done an amazing job here. There's still a lot of work left to be done, don't get me wrong. But like, this is a substantial upgrade. It's great to see, and they're going to be working on more. With the flight model as well, they've completely transformed it. Before, I was trying to edit the flight model. This thing now, way better. It flies how you would expect it to fly. You know what I mean? It just flies the way you'd expect it to fly. And it's very, very good. It is absolutely class. So great to see the B-17 getting the love it deserves. Do you know what I mean? Radiation paint, yeah. Great bit of stuff. So that's the update. It's available over on the Just Flight website. Make sure you just grab it. It's very good. Engines off. And we'll let it run down because we want to go off and start exploring some airfields now. So that is the B-17. We're going to do another flight in this soon, lads. It was worthy the last time, but now it's just better. You know what I mean? Now it's just better. So well done to all involved at MicroProse and their developers and the testers. They are doing some great work there. So the airport we're sitting at here, this is Retford Gamston. And it's an airport that serves as a vital transition point for pilots navigating between the flatlands of the East Midlands and also the rugged edges of the Pennines to the west. Originally opened in 1942, a World War II satellite station for RAF Finningley, Gamston has evolved from its military roots into one of the premier general aviation and business hubs in the north of England. Today, Gamston is a bustling airfield known for the high standards and excellent facilities. It serves as a vital base for flight training, private charters and corporate aviation, while also being home of the renowned Diamond Aircraft UK Distribution and Service Centre. With an expansive 1,600 metre paved runway, it's capable of handling everything from light microlights up to large business jets like King Airs and Citations. The airfield also a favourite destination for fly-in visitors thanks to the popular Apron Cafe, which offers views over the busy tarmac and the runway 0321. Burning Blue Design have meticulously created Retford Gamston Airport, capturing the unique atmosphere of this transition point between the rugged north and the rolling Midlands. Every hangar, sign and taxiway light has been placed with precision. Over 80 custom 3D objects. What? Right. Have I checked out the B-25 Mitchell? I have. It's very good. That also has a ton of updates. It's got like 3 patches, I think. So this airport is available over on the Burning Blue Design website. You can pick it up for £12.95. £12.95. But let's go in and have a now look at this. So attention to detail here. Burning Blue, they really don't need an introduction anymore. The lads, Mike and Adam, they do stellar work. Incredible work. And the detailing is friggin' nuts, right? So we got a VOR station here. If we go back out onto the road, I wanted to have a Skoda here now. Just I hope so. We'll ramble in this way to see what we can see. In by the gate here, look. You know. And we got people hanging around. Yes. Got some cars. More people. Oh, Jesus. I mean, it's a day like this, you just want to be happy about things. Right, straight away, best scenery in the history of sceneries. Brilliant, right? Absolutely brilliant. So, what's mad here is, and I've done this before, these phone numbers work, the emails work. This is the level of accuracy you actually get with this sort of a setup from Burning Blue Designs, and it's absolutely incredible. You know, golf there, look. So we'll do a bit of inspections around here. It's a fairly big facility, and it was used as a satellite airbase for the RAF. Pretty cool, right? So I got tons of parked cars and all the jazz. Thatcham Research, interesting. Cars out on the road, and then we're into the main area here. So Thatcham Research. Automotive Risk Intelligence. Interesting. They've all the stuff here. Here's the Apron Cafe, look. And people out having an owl sandwich or a cup of tea. Did they model the interior of it? No. They kind of did. Hello, Mr. Man. Sometimes they might do the owl interior. Hangar number 6, interiors, and like a lot of the time these doors will close at different times of the day, usually in the evening time, right? Jeez, it's a big enough airfield. Hang on a second. Get a bit of here we go. Here's our interior here, look. Yes. Control tower. That's pretty cool. I do like Burning Blue Designs. They just do stellar work. They really do. Hangar 5. And these would be start locations as well, right? Are the other ones modelled? I wouldn't think so. Well, they are. They do have interiors. Okay. What's down this neck of the woods? Ooh. Helicopters. Children's Air Ambulance. An AW139 look. And then, what's that? Cookie? Hooky? Interesting. Okay. Static aircraft as well. They tend to put in the static aircraft that actually reside at these airports as well, which is nuts. Jeez, it's all the hangars, look. There's tons of hangars here. Savage. Right, let's get an idea of the overall kind of scale of the place, because what I like about this one, you can see the heritage of it being an RAF installation. You can see the old layout of the runways, look. See there? That's what the runways used to be. That's mad, isn't it? And they're, you know, they're operating out of this runway down here, look. It's pretty cool. It's a nice place, but like, look where you're in. There was even, look, this is all the old, this is the original RAF stuff. No doubt you would have had various quarters then, officers' quarters and the officers' mess and billets and training and all this sort of jazz. It's in a lovely location. But again, Burning Blue Design, like they always do phenomenal sceneries. They really do, like top drawer stuff. Like, it, you know, this is the sort of crack you can do. You just kind of sit here and you check it all out. Isn't it deadly, isn't it? Very atmospheric. So, Burning Blue Designs. We don't know what we're like for night lighting here. I wouldn't say there's much. I'm hoping the hangars have a bit of lighting. They do. Jeez, they do actually. They're lovely spill lighting. General aviation, like, you're not going to get a hive of activity here at night time. But we do have runway lights, so it would be capable to land here at night time. Very pretty. What's it like in the snow? Let's go find out. Alright-ish. I don't think... Some of the buildings have snow cover. Some of them don't. Is that supposed to be snow cover? That's interesting looking. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Well, there's the Schnachter now. But I don't think we have kind of snow textures on the buildings. You kind of do. Yeah, you kind of do. Like, some of them have it, some of them don't. Maybe that's something. Oh, jeez, look at the reflections, though. That's class, man. Look at that. That is deadly looking. Best scene on a, you know, just after raining. You know what I mean? The hangars are using, like, yeah, there you go. We'll just say it's, you know, they had the heating on, right? They had the heating on. Right, so that's Burning Blue Designs, Retford Gamston Airport. Echo Golf November Echo. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. It's very pretty. Just interesting places to fly in and out of. And, like, you know, the history then as well, being a former RAF base. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Now, something different. What do we jump into here now, Murph? Oh, the EGNE then. Something handy so I don't break it. Because we got just a handful more... we have a handful more, whatchamacallit, sceneries to show you before we wrap up here. So, we'll just jump into the Caravan. Loving the Caravan so far. Great bits of stuff. How did they put hangars and flights in? Scenery developers. You know? Okay, so Echo November Golf Mike. That's what we're heading to next. Echo November Golf Mike. Gardermoen in Oslo. This is an Orbx airport, which is friggin' huge. We want to park over here. Go. I'm gonna make it daytime. Right. So this one, major release. It's the Finn's 6th Norwegian destination for Microsoft Flight Sim. Also referred to as Oslo Gardermoen Airport, or simply Gardermoen. The airport serves the capital and most populous city of Norway, and was opened back in October 1998. The airport connects Oslo to over 160 destinations worldwide, with domestic network mainly operated by SAS and Norwegian. Many flights go to the likes of Dublin, Edinburgh, Prague, and Lisbon. Ooh, right. What do we have? Detailed modelling and texturing to the terminal and surrounding buildings. We have custom updated photoreal textures, interior modelling, 3 different types of jetways, functioning visual docking guidance for all appropriate gates, animated traffic, custom GSC to match the real world, and so on. This is a 36 Australian dollar add-on, right? 36 Australian, which is about 22 euro. Right, so let's get our bearings. Up you divil, you. It's a big ass airport, this. Alright, so let's ramble over. You will have a lot of maintenance facilities here. Red Nose, isn't that their call sign? Red Nose? For Norwegian, isn't it? You're there on the right. You're there on the right. Huh? Where are you? Nordic. Yeah. Oh wait, maybe my chat is delayed, is it? Were you in the Burning Blue one practically gig, were you? Does anyone know when the Caravan will be available at the marketplace? I wouldn't expect it for a little while yet, PS Mirandai. Not for a little while yet. So this is the cargo side of the house. We got DHL there. There's any cargo. There's no traffic here. A couple of static aircraft. I'll stick with the Aerosoft one for this airport, says Roy. Well, I will say performance here is actually quite good. We'll check this out. Right, let's go in and have a look. So you do have interiors. I mean, basic. They don't need to be mad, I suppose. It's the main terminal looking at here. These are only like the little concourses. Jeez, it's a big airport, isn't it? Alright, so up here, a lot more detail coming into here. Jeez, look at the detail here, lads. Jeez. Yeah, they got a lot of detail here. Look at the reflections on the floor. Jesus. It's nice. Very nice. Right, we'll keep going up towards the main terminal here, look. Just the building, the building is fantastic looking. Jesus. Look at that. Right, we'll ramble in. Shunk. Right, we're in. There's a whole lot of places. Everyone looking for Dublin? I don't see it. Caleb says the Joe Erland version is way better. Did they do the interior as well? They did. That's like that plexiglass. Got our check-in areas. Think this is the same price? Looks pretty good. Get a Toblerone. 3 for 2. Yeah, it is pretty. I'll give them that. So similar price. So the advantage here, this being more up to date, maybe. Ground textures are a bit blurry. In the other one, Jesus, look at the tower. Jesus, we got a train as well. Brilliant, they've modelled the train. This is great news. Excellent. Right, come on up here to the tower. Look at the size of the tower, look. Jesus. Oh, that's pretty cool, lads, isn't it? That is a mighty control tower. Mighty. It's huge. And like, you can see the whole facility from up here, look. It's a huge installation. The Radisson Hotel, the main terminal building. Jeez, I'm impressed by the size of this place. It's huge. More interior stuff going on here. There's a fella wearing a pair of shorts. Clear-ish. Not very clear. Idle cut off. Take it fierce handy, buddy. Right, we must check out the night lighting. What are we looking at here now? Nice beacon on the tower. It's not bad. Doesn't seem right, does it? I mean, it's nice, but like, it just doesn't seem right. There's no kind of detail to it. Chase, there's people. Oh no, they're inside. It's like it's very dark or something. Because, like, you know, you've monitor screens that are like shockingly bright, and then you've other you know what I mean? The LOD is a little bit aggressive. There's a bit of pop in there, see that? What's it like from the land side? Only all right. It doesn't seem very bright, do you know? That's where the train is. Do you know, like, I mean, there's nice spill lighting, but it's too dark. Yeah, it doesn't look right. Yeah, there's no... The lighting isn't great here. It's not the worst I've seen. Like, you know, exterior lights, but... Put my exposure to default. Like, that's... You know... Even the exposure, though, only a tiny bit. It's not going to make that much of a difference, you know? And, like, I don't want to change my exposure because one airport. You know what I mean? When every other airport is, like, okay. Do you know what I mean? No, I think the night light, it's not great. It's only okay. That orange light or that, it's just, I don't know. It's missing a something, isn't it? There's a lot of detail, don't get me wrong, but it's just that lighting, it's just, I don't know. It's bland or something. Do you know? You don't want Murphy to expose himself, right? It's closed on a Wednesday, Murph. Yeah, it looks closed. That's a great way to do it. That's a great way to say it. Snow foliage, I don't know. Snow depthage and foliage. That it? Precip. Give us the beans with snow. Is that as high as it goes? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Looks decent in the snow. At least you get a bit of snow on the ramp area. You definitely get it over here, look. Yeah, it's not too bad in the snow, right? Terminal modelling is fantastic. Yeah, it's nice. The night lighting isn't though. It's not great. It's a fine airport, but like, I like the train is modelled. Like there's details. There's a lot of details here, right? And I will say the performance is actually really, really good. The lighting, you know, normal lighting inside the terminals, it's grand. It's a bit bland. It's a bit open space, but it's fine. It's the night lighting I don't think is particularly good. Do you know? But anything specifically worth noticing? Lots of improvements, Dougal. Lots of improvements. It's getting there, you know. Joy says you're going to stick with the Joe one. Like this one is going to be more up to date. Taxiway layout, ramp layout. These are all the advantages. And I will say the performance here is very, very good. This is excellent performance. Like there hasn't been a single hiccup here moving around, you know. And there's a ton of detail. So scale here is massive. You know what I mean? But I think the just the night lighting lets it down a little bit. It's a cool looking airport. Absolutely deadly. We'll do the ultimate test here now. What do we do here? We'll do one of these. So we just want like rain. There's the rain. And we'll get a bit of this with a bit of that. And we'll see how the reflections work. Alison Johnson is here. Jesus, we must be late if Ali's raiding us.
Myself.
Ali, thank you very much indeed for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Hope you had a great stream. Yeah, like, look, we've seen this before when it comes to night lighting and reflections on the ground. The reflections are quite nice.
Allow myself to introduce.
But, you know, myself. The lighting, it's just... It's missing depth. It's missing structure. It's just, yeah, it's all the one level. That makes sense? It's like it's missing spill lights just to break it up a bit. It's all the one level in the interior. That's why it doesn't look great. So like, you know, every 20 feet put in a bigger, brighter light, that'll fix it. See what I mean? It's like, that's not like, you're looking around the whole airport and you have the exact same, you know, like luminosity and, yeah, right? Missing, yeah, it's missing light sources, yeah. Which airport is this? It's Gardermoen in Oslo from Orbx. Some areas the lighting is very good, other areas not so good, you know? Well, it's a nice airport, but yeah, I think the night lighting would, you know, it would certainly do with now a bit of a fixer-upper. Do you know what I mean? And like, this isn't a cheap airport. Like, it ain't cheap. It's 36 Australian dollars, so it's about 20 euros. So it's not cheap. You know what I mean? So you'd be expecting something a little bit better, I think, with the lighting. Overall, I think, right? But listen, that's why we check these things out, lads. If you were thinking about getting it, that's why we check them out. I've lost my mouse again. Cursed J. Where did that go? I want to lose my mouse. I found my mouse. Right, brilliant. Admittedly, Aerosoft one has the edge, but still incredible update. Right. We're nearly there. We're going to check out now Porto. We've two left, lads. Hang on to it there now. We're almost done. LPPR. Over to Porto. Load us in. D. Ooh, it's coming alive. We'll go over to the cargo. Mega daytime. Now this is £15.99, so it's kind of similar pricing bracket, right? One of the first Just Planes video tapes you bought was a flight from Gardermoen to Hurghada. Ooh, nice. Right. The world on time. Let's go exploring here. So, Portugal's second business airport, Porto, it's brought to life by senior developer Tai Models, or Tai Models, in the latest product for Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 and 2024. Situated in the north of Portugal, Porto is a busy international airport welcoming a variety of domestic and international passengers, as well as being served by a number of cargo operators. Ooh. So we find ourselves over at the cargo side. Ryanair have a maintenance hangar here. That's interesting. Just picked up Montreal with the discount. Ooh, nice. Good stuff, Roy. That was a good start. Even the maintenance hangars have interiors here. Right, let's get our bearings here, shall we? Again, you're looking at a huge airport. Look, Jesus. So ramp is good. Look at the textures even on the roads and the taxiway and that's class looking. Right, let's ramble over this way. Good signage, good lights. Textures are interesting. Jeez, look at the detail there. That's very good, isn't it? Yeah, MK Studios are working on their version as well. Yeah. I'm impressed by these textures. Jeez, they're very good. Look. I love the drink Porto as well. Porto. Right, let's mouse in here. Let's go over and check it all out, shall we? Nice flags. Okay, tons of flags. It's trying to give us fountains. I don't know, is frame gen... Jesus. I don't know, is frame gen absolutely upsetting those? I imagine frame gen is upsetting the fountains. Because they're like... fountains, right? You get the sound effects of the water. That's class. What are these now? Modern art, is that what they call that? Jeez, all the cars. Jesus, look at the layout here. Look at the layout of this. Jesus. And a train. You cannot get on the train without... It's more like a Lewis. You can go into the Lewis. Well, it's not a Lewis. It's Porto's equivalent. There's a bit of kind of colliding stuff with my camera. So I think they want... I don't know how this is going to work. Oh, Jesus. Look at this. This is next level. These guys do incredible airport interiors. Look at that. Look at the detail. Alright. You could not understand using frame gen. I always use frame gen. Frame gen is your friend in the sim. We have some peoples. It's weird that we're getting like the sound of outside inside the airport. That's some sort of a mesh collision thing. Chuck Norris knows Victoria's Secret. Right? Who's the dev? It's Tai Models or Tai Models. Jays, this is very good. This is excellent. Apart from the weird sound glitch, this is excellent. Hello! Handicraft, right? The people are a bit weird looking, I'm not going to lie. Stone by stone. Working escalators? Get out of town. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. I imagine you can walk around this airport. Ah, here's the Ryanair area. Yep. You know you're in the Ryanair area because the people have Tomb Raider 2 graphic heads. Jesus. There's a lot, Jesus, then there's a lot going on here. I'm well impressed so far. What do you think, lads? The interior is done very well. And it's huge. This is very good. Tons of detailing, look. Tons of detailing. Meal o'clock. I mean, the marketing alone. The quiet room. Jesus, lads, this is a huge airport. It's done very well. With a camera or drone cam collision, you kind of get that though. Home of the Whopper. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Now, I have to say, the interior is absolutely incredible. They've done a phenomenal job here. It's a huge airport. And it looks the part. What's the old night lighting like? Stu, take it fierce handy, bud. We'll see you soon. Now, that's how you do night lighting, lads. I mean, would you look at that? You see the difference? That's incredible night lighting. Like, Jesus, look at this, look. The only thing that seems to be shagged is that sound file. We're listening to like cars driving outside. But yeah, man, look, that night lighting, that is superb. Roy, take it easy, buddy. Like, that's the difference. You see how, like, the last, like, that's night lighting. That's how you do it. Because they're all at different levels. You know what I mean? Very impressive. Am I on there now? No. Jesus, what am I doing? Yes. And rain. Oh, jeez. Look at this. Look at the reflections. Look at that, lads. Ah, would you come on, look. Isn't that spectacular? Yep, they've hit a home run with this. It's a huge airport, isn't it? Massive. Right, continue on. We'll go live weather, I suppose. Oh, it's actually raining there, is it? Oh, live weather, lads. Live weather. Live weather. So we have our control tower. It's rambled. So this is Porto. There's a man out fixing the fence. Brilliant. There's Jemima now looking after things in the tower. She's happy out. Yeah, this is an awesome scenery. This is really, really good. It's a huge facility as well, look. Awesome. So, Tai Models, Porto, it's available right now. You can pick it up through iniBuilds. Quick question, with the new DLSS 5, will that come to Microsoft Flight Sim? I imagine it will. Jay says, Murph, have you ever considered a mentor program on Discord? Have I done it? We usually just have like areas if you're stuck and you know you can ask questions and stuff. But yeah, I'm focusing more on kind of like onboarding. Look at all the detail. Onboarding new pilots coming in. So yeah, no, leave it with me. I'll do some thinking on it for sure. Right, last but not least, we're going to ramble over to Texas and we're going to head down to San Antonio. Now this is an airport that was released before, but iniBuilds gave it a bit of just a bit of an update. Where are we now? San Antonio. Here we go. This is a cool airport. Is it now? Should be daytime when we ramble in. These devs made Beijing Daxing. Yeah, same devs. Same devs. Keep in mind, DLSS needs two 5090s. Huh? Two 5090s. Zith, are you being sarcastic or are you deadly serious? So what we got, they've re-enabled 13 left, 13 right as active runways. They removed the X's on the ground because that was a real world update, right? They've also removed temporary structures. They've reinstated the taxiway Romeo Charlie with new surfaces. They've added in new taxi signs. They fixed the windsocks. Just a general kind of quality of life. I'm serious. Two 5090s. Jesus. Oh, that's for the AI stuff. All right, okay. So San Antonio, this is a release from iniBuilds back in 2020 or for 2020, but it is a 2024 compatible airport. And the reason why I wanted to show it tonight, because you have Fort Worth up the road from here, you can actually do some nice flights between the two. Very small, shortish flights. But then again, Texas is freaking massive. It was nice to see them update here because they're just showing a bit of love into Texas, right? And it's a compatible airport, so it works just fine at 2024. And, you know, the quality of life fixes that they're giving it. It's just well worth another visit. San Antonio is a highly detailed airport when this first released. Highly detailed. So I said, listen, we have to go and visit it all again, do you know? And it's a multi-use airport as well. That's all our parking. There's a control tower. One of them. Shoop. Interior. Yeah, it's undergoing massive overhauls here. Yeah, absolutely. Right, that's parking getting in. Where's our terminals? There we go. Oh, that's one of them. That's the old terminal. Where's the... Right now. Don't worry, lads. We'll find it together. Dude, look at the size of the place, man. Texas is like... Isn't it brilliant? Got trains here, look. If you haven't already noticed, when I see trains and flight sim, it's like, yes! Brilliant! Trains in general, you know. It's iniBuilds. This is iniBuilds San Antonio. As I said, it was a 2020 airport. Look at the size of it. Like, it's huge. And there's photogrammetry around the area as well, which is very, very nice. But I'm just trying to get... That was the main terminal, wasn't it? It was. You have FBOs on site, massive cargo options on site, Coast Guard are on site. It's class. I'm gonna ramble inside here. Interiors. So anyone who has frequented San Antonio. Not sure what's in here now. I'm sure we'll find something. EGNE. EGNE. I have, there we go. Shunk. Where's the, there we go. Wasn't it this way? Right now. Aha! I need to sneeze. Gesundheit, I sneezed. It's pretty cool looking, isn't it? Like, it's a huge airport, and yet tiny when you compare it to Dallas. Dallas has like, you know, 6 of these or 5 of these. Jeez, look at the jetway out there. That's the world's longest jetway. Look at that. That's a single jetway, lads. Bravo 1 Alpha. Do not go to that frigging gate. Jesus. Brilliant. You land, it takes you an hour to get off the friggin' jetway, look. That's mad, isn't it? But you get the idea. Great to see, just great to see older airports still getting updated. And that's the thing, like, you don't always see that happening. It's like, oh, the airport's done, that's it, you know, we're finished. I was looking there to see, Jesus, is there a decent O'Hare airport I need to grab? There is, but it hasn't been updated in friggin' yonks. That's for our upcoming flight, so yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Again, night lighting. I mean, that's the difference, look. Look at the night lighting here, lads. Superb. This is where it gets real interesting now, look. Do. Shunk. That's deadly. Yeah, C130's there, yeah. Look at the lighting here, look. Isn't it savage? Very, very well done. The whole area is done brilliantly, look. ST Engineering. And we got a couple of C130s out here as well. So that's our update from iniBuilds for San Antonio. It's out of clear water. Interesting. It's a huge facility. Like, I don't know, what's the flight time between San Antonio and let's have a look, Sky Vector. Didn't Aviation 101 fly in here before? Scott? So, what was it? KSAN? No, it's not KSAN. KSAT, isn't it? KSAT to KDFW. Like, if you're going to fly this general aviation, it would take you 2 hours. If you're going to fly a commercial, it's still an hour flight. Yeah, it's a free upgrade. Free upgrade. Like, it's a 2024 compatible airport, but this is just... iniBuilds do this all the time. You'll see it on the forums. They'll just kind of sneak out an update. And what they've done, they've put in new taxiway textures. They've reactivated runways that in the real life were actually closed off. Like, they're keeping their add-ons up to date with what's going on in the world. You don't see that an awful lot when it comes from sceneries or scenery developers. Usually they'll wait and then they'll turn around and say, hey, look, we got a big update for you. Give us a few quid, please. You know what I mean? iniBuilds just said, oh yeah, here's an update. I'm not even sure if they announced this, but it definitely, you know, you can, like, it's a fantastic airport. Briggsy says, is it true Volanta is coming to an end? I've seen talk on Facebook. I've no idea. Volanta is ran by Orbx. I mean, it's a very popular add-on, so I don't know. They have premium versions of it as well. Jays, we'll have to do an L flight from San Antonio. Isn't it class looking? Loving all the details. But anyway, lads, that is it. That's all I have for you. DLSS 5 expected to release in fall. Not confirmed to be available for Microsoft Flight Sim at launch. Some users have reported using DLSS 4.5 features of Microsoft Flight Sim, the full suite of features. Have you seen what that does? I'll show you. Have you seen what DLSS 5 can do? Before and after, right? I'll show you here, look. This is from NVIDIA, right? Just look what they can do, right? You need to see this because this is where the world starts getting very friggin' interesting, right? Have a look at this, look. So this is what they're showing you. It's the devil's work. DLSS off, look at that difference. Like, look what it's done to change that environment. The person, the features, the details on their face. When you see Leon here, look at the hair. Like, isn't that nuts? Old Betsy there, look. Like, look at that transition. Isn't it frightening? Like, if they got this working in Microsoft Flight Simulator, I mean, could you imagine how good aircraft could look? Aircraft, your avatars, buildings, right? Not sure what it could do to photogrammetry, but like,
Jesus.
oh yeah, just like, even FIFA look. Like, it's photoreal. It's unbelievable. Isn't it mad? It's absolutely mad, lads. Absolutely mad. So, yeah. Be the Janie then, DLSS 5 in the fall, right? Muse fan, you and your soccer. I laugh, or I taught general soccer. But anyway, lads, listen, I want to thank you all so very much indeed for tuning in tonight for the Flight Sim News. It was a busy one. It dragged on. Good man Murphy kept us up all night watching that fucking thing. But we're back to you tomorrow at 1100 Zulu. We're going to be flying in the Caravan with some on-air operations for some cargo ops. And then we'll prep for our VATSIM flight tomorrow night. It's going to see us fly out of LaGuardia as we head over to Chicago O'Hare International. And yeah, lads, I can't thank you enough for joining us, keeping us company. Massive thank you for all the raids, all the subs, all the likes, the follows, the super chat donations, and the memberships. Absolutely incredible support as always, lads. Thank you very, very much indeed. And yes, our giveaway for Flight Sim Tees still active, and we'll be announcing a winner tomorrow. All the buttons. We'll be announcing a winner. We've 117 entries, so the very best of luck to you folks. That entry, it'll stay open. It'll finish tomorrow at around 9 o'clock. So yes, we'll have all that sorted. So until tomorrow, thank you all so very much indeed for tuning in. Have a lovely evening, and yeah, we'll see you soon. You take care. But the mod control, from a viewer perspective, it makes the whole thing quite negative, doesn't it? When you delete, you're sitting there and you're thinking, Jesus, this is painful to watch. This is like watching the end of Glen Rowe or... For God's sake!